welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 460, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 7-6 first place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
What up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Coley?
I hear I have a suspension looming, so that's all I can think about.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You want to get it out of the way, or do you want to let it sit for a little bit?
First of all, the reason I know it's coming is because I offered myself up to be suspended, and then you said, "Oh, I've got one for you, pal." So yeah, I'd rather just get it out of the way.
All right. This man, to think that you could sneak this by me.
I have no idea, genuinely no idea what's coming.
To think that you could sneak this by me.
I thought this was David Hamilton.
Crazy.
That's why I offered myself up.
Respect.
Crazy.
There's only so many Juan Sotos. There's only so many Rafael Devers. I love Bobby Dahlbeck. You could throw him 91 down the dick. He's probably not going to hit it. Most players are like that. I mean, there's only so many Juan Sotos. There's only so many Rafael Devers. I love Bobby Dahlbeck. You could throw him 91 down the dick. He's probably not going to hit it. Most players are like that.
Oh, fuck.
Double suspension.
Is that the wrong clip?
Yup, you got to suspend him.
He's got to go.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
This is role reversal. Tyler and I are celebrating. You guys are both suspended at the same time.
I'm dancing on graves. Bobby Delbeck at AAA hit a home run tonight. The only
There's
fucking
only so many
place he's going to do
Juan
that.
Sotos.
Did he do it again?
My
What's
mic's
going
still
on?
on.
Crazy.
How's my mic off?
Crazy.
How's my mic's
I
off?
can hear you.
But my mic's off.
No, it's
I hear you.
Super.
I can't hear myself now.
Then your headphones are down.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, that seems insane to get suspended for. How did I preface that? I love Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yeah, but it's I don't want to kill you, but I'm going to shoot you in the face.
And also, I said most of the time. I didn't say every time. Buddy over there, who's dancing on graves, would say every time, and he wouldn't say he loves Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that.
I was offering myself up.
You know what? We'll get to you, Tyler.
Fucking get
Yeah. You got one coming too.
Get to you.
Yeah.
Fucking suspend me.
Yeah. You know what?
Fucking super bass Milliken over there. We'll get to you, pal.
Right. Also, the thing about Milliken too is the fucking aggregator that he is. Bob hit. Yeah. Bob hit a home run for Worcester tonight, and he's out there tweeting the highlight. Oh, Bobby Dahlbeck, who loves him? We do. You hate him, you slander him, but you'll use him for the likes and retweets, won't you?
Oh, I'm not hyping him. I'm calling him Barry Bonds at AAA to laugh at him.
Shut the
fucking
fuck
suspend
up.
me. I don't care.
Shut up. You're out of here.
Listen.
That's crazy. The Red Sox got swept by the Baltimore Orioles, but we couldn't start this podcast without handing out some Bobby slander suspensions. Once we get that squared away, we're gonna break down the X's and O's of this Boston Red Sox sweep at the hands of the Baltimore Orioles. Coley's at my house. Jake is also at my house, sitting right next to me here. I'm very excited to talk about this series. You know them, you love them. They're your 2024 Boston Red Sox. Steve, what were your? I'm sure. Did you watch every pitch of this series?
Yeah, watched every pitch of this series. First 2 games at Fenway, last one at the apartment. Tyler, were you at the Nicki Minaj concert? Is that what I'm getting from this Barb thing?
I was at the Nicki Minaj concert yesterday, but wait.
No.
Wait,
no, you
during
don't tell
the
us to
game?
wait.
During the
you
game?
don't tell us to wait.
I can tell you to wait. Hold up, spare me.
No. You actually
I watched
can't.
the first 4 fucking innings. I watched the first 4 innings.
That's not 9. First of all, if my math is correct, that's not 9. I think what you could have gotten away with was if you had told us that you were going to Nicki Minaj, because I found out. I had a little birdie. I had an inside source tell me that you were going to the Nicki Minaj concert earlier in the day, and then you made the mistake of telling Jake that So then the world found out. But I think if you had gotten ahead of yourself and ahead of the situation, I think we probably would have been a little bit more lenient on you going to Nicki Minaj and not watching the game.
First off, it scares me that you somehow knew I was going to Nicki Minaj.
Why is that scary? I have eyes and ears everywhere. Coley just got suspended because of it.
Listen, as
You
the
got
guy who
suspended
lays the
because
most pipe on the show, as the ladies' man of the show, I thought it was important to take my girlfriend out to a concert, let her have a nice night. And listen,
Was it
you
her
guys,
birthday?
your season just started. You guys just
Was it her
fucking showed
birthday?
up for baseball season. Christmas.
Was it her birthday?
Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I've been grinding games out since.
Steve, shut up, Steve.
What?
Steve
There was a
understands.
Nicki concert on Monday, which was an off day.
Ooh,
And we got the ticket offer, and I didn't go because it was
Tyler.
the night before opening day. Gotta get
Man,
ready.
I tried to help. I tried to protect you from you. Tyler, go ahead.
Steve, you're a fucking idiot because we recorded on Monday. You idiot. Suspend him. That is the dumbest thing I've
that's
ever
a
heard.
great.
I
You
don't.
know what? That's a great counter.
Tyler, I
That's a
don't
great
think
counter.
you need to talk like that. Well,
Oh,
Just
no.
did. What are you going to do about it?
I don't think you need to come. Why does
man.
Tyler do this?
Look at what this team is doing to us.
I know.
No. Tyler will pick these times
no.
to go over
Look
the
at
top that
these.
are
No,
completely
look
unnecessary.
at what
It's
this
his
team
way
is
of
tearing us
lashing
apart.
out. I
No,
don't
no,
Listen, if the team just
I don't
swept the
care for it.
Orioles,
Mhm.
there wouldn't be this. What did you say before the show? There was a word that we were tossing around
About
the vibes. The vibes being
horrendous.
No. There was something that caused the horrendous vibe. Friction. A lot of friction.
Yeah,
Very
it's
simple
friction.
word, very basic word. Couldn't
Yeah.
think of it. It's late.
Yeah.
The
There's a
Monday
lot of
Nicki
friction.
concert mention is about looking at the schedule, Tyler,
Yeah,
and getting
but
tickets.
Tyler's got
for
a
an
great point
off
though,
day.
because it was a record day, and you know this
But he
because
wouldn't
of
have known that when he
WrestleMania.
got the tickets.
But he would have
No, he
known
wasn't gonna
WrestleMania.
factor that in. No
WrestleMania.
way.
Of course I did.
He
No
should have
way.
factored that in. I feel like, all right, there's only one way to solve this. You're both suspended.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fair is fair.
We can't have
Fair is fair.
that kind of. I mean, yes, the Red Sox got swept. Yes, we're all sad. We're all in a bad mood here tonight. But we can't be lashing out against each other, Coley. I feel like that's just something that can't happen.
No, and I mean, shout out the people who are listening to my other programs, telling Jared, I have no problem saying I would say that to Bob's face. That's just baseball. Most of the time, guys don't hit home runs.
Yeah.
That just is what it is. I
But he
stand by my
does.
take.
But he does.
He does. But when I offered myself up before the show,
Mhm.
when the topic even was broached,
Yeah.
it was because of my people call it love of David Hamilton. There's no love. He let me down tremendously this series.
Big time.
I did believe in him because why wouldn't I believe in him? We don't have any other fucking options. We saw that throughout the series. We played 94 people in this third game. None of them were good at any position.
You know what's
Here.
crazy is that out of all the talk about what to do at shortstop, Ceddanne Rafaela did play in the infield tonight, but it was at second base.
Second base.
Yeah,
Insane.
everyone played second base tonight. It was Connor Wong. It was Emmanuel Valdez. It was Connor Wong. Our catcher was over there. And then who ended up finishing out at second base? Did they put Pablo Reyes over there? No.
No.
Was it the Roamster?
No.
No,
he's hurt.
injured.
Who went to second base after Connor Wong had
It
to
was
take-
Rafaela.
He went back to second base?
Yes.
And Duran played left field, center field, and left field?
Correct.
Or no, he went left, center, left. Yeah.
Yeah, Rafaela,
Yeah.
second, center, second. Classic. The
Yeah.
classic start
Who-
to second, go to center, come on back to second base.
Who doesn't love this team? I mean,
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. Let me crack open a little book for you. I got the notes right here. Let's shall we begin with opening day? Let's begin with opening day. Because we were there.
We were.
Me, Steve, Jake, my mom, my adopted sister. I remember the last time I tweeted that people were like, bro, why don't you just say it's your sister? Why do you have to point out that she's adopted? That's not cool. It's because she's adopted, and I want people to know that she doesn't belong to us. That's
Good point.
She did
why.
point out something valid that you've never complimented her in your life,
That's
which
not
is
true.
seemingly something.
That's not
But
true.
then you said yes. You said yes. You
Man,
said
I
you've
lied.
never complimented her. You lied.
That was lying. Yeah, I lied.
Okay.
I complimented her.
I was
Tyler?
doing a lie.
As
Huh?
like a brother-like figure to you, you never compliment me either.
No, but I think I compliment my sister. She did a great job decorating my house for Christmas.
Mhm.
Yeah. Awesome job. This was the jolliest house on the block until like March. I didn't take that shit down. I left it there. You think I'm gonna clean that up? No way.
You didn't put it up. Why would you take it down?
Not my problem. Opening day was on Tuesday. Tuesday. We were down
after
there.
the off day on Monday when Nikki had a concert.
Yeah, but it was the day after WrestleMania, Steve. I mean, you both took a suspension for that one. We're just gonna have to move on. We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
Just saying facts.
Tyler, go ahead.
You know, a lot of time I get criticism for not living life and going out, and I kind of took this step to really put myself out there in a different community, and I feel like I'm getting crapped on.
A lot of off days.
Plenty of off days. Josh Beckett used to count them.
Don't I get like a extra privilege though, since I watch all the spring training games?
Those don't count.
Yeah, that's stupid of you to do.
Were you watching on your phone, Tyler, during the concert?
Blackout won't let me, so it was more radio in and out, kind of checking
hammered?
in and out and going
I
to the
can
bathroom.
picture everyone's going nuts at a
Shit-faced.
concert. He's got the radio on, like,
Yeah.
all right, we got first and second here. Here we go.
Well, I was stalling in the
You
bathroom.
don't have Nesson 360?
Shh, tone it down, Nikki. Tone it down.
Yeah.
Gotta hear the Sox.
You don't have Nesson 360?
No, I just use MLB TV.
Okay, well that's stupid because you can't get the Red Sox, and that's the team that we
Get the
cover for-
360, dude. You can do
Gotta
both.
step it up.
By the way, not to speak poorly of a Nesson product, as I believe I have an affiliation still. So I went to go pick up dinner, and like my new thing is that instead of listening on the radio, which I do love Will Fleming, I was like, oh, I can put the game, I can watch it and drive at the same time, which is super safe. I have one of those like magnet clips there. So I went to go pick up dinner, and I put the Red Sox game on Nesson 360 on the dash, and Nesson 360, I forget which inning it was probably like the second or the third inning, was showing the game, but you were hearing Charlie Moore fishing with Tim Wakefield, and then it was cutting to commercial, and then at times it was showing Cutter Crawford pitching from last night. So it was kind of like you were watching like a Nesson fever dream. It's like I think I'm watching the Red Sox, but I hear Charlie Moore, and I'm pretty sure that's Tim Wakefield. And then there's a commercial for what is it? The Women of Nesson.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah, during the game. Yeah. I thought that it was like, oh, I'm driving and I have bad service, so like the app is going wonky. But I saw other people have the same issue.
They got Duran over to third, and then it immediately cut to Devers at the plate, and I'm like, he's not playing tonight. What's going on here? And then Charlie Moore outdoors audio came on.
Yeah.
And then the Woman of Nesson commercial, like you mentioned, glitched in.
Yeah.
But then it was game audio. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like I'm watching Tristan Casas hit, but like Wake just caught a huge bass. It was something. But
It's crazy, dude.
yeah. Coley?
We brought up Nesson commercials. I know we're gonna get to the series. We're gonna get to the X's.
Gonna get there, yeah.
We gotta talk submarines.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping we'd lead with this, so I'm glad we're talking it.
Oh, we're leading with it. When I pulled up my laptop here to begin the podcast, I had like the box score, I had Twitter, and then one of the tabs I had open was buildsubmarines.com because I wanted to know what it's all about. Just a giant on both sides, like right near the on deck circles, the white spray paint advertisement for. I mean, they're gonna get a free ad here. Because how do we not talk about it? How do you not? Buildsubmarines.com is a new sponsor for Piers Fenway Park and the Boston Red Sox. I don't know if you noticed this. I'm sure some of you have. When you go to the MLB app and you click on like the Red Sox, it says like presented by buildsubmarines.com. So like they're very invested in the Red Sox culture. So how do we not talk about it? Like we are the target audience, and I want them to know that they're reaching us. So buildsubmarines.com, they're not paying us, by the way. This is not a paid ad.
We'd like to pay them.
Yeah, they're just great people. They're great people.
Yeah, Marty and Francine over at buildsubmarines.com.
Johnny, too.
Johnny. Oh, yeah, he's been great. The website, if you go there, like you can have experience of all ranges and just build these fucking submarines. And I feel like, if we're really trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground, I talked about this on Baseball is Dead today about how, we'll have every episode full length podcast on the YouTube channel, but we really want to add some content outside of just the episodes. Why don't we build a fucking submarine?
Gotta build them.
Yeah. I mean, like, put it this way. Tyler, you probably know this answer to this question. Apples, where do they grow?
Tree.
They grow on trees. Submarines, did they grow on trees?
No.
Nope. Someone's gonna build them, and it's gonna be us. I feel like if we don't do it, like I understand that the advertisement is working. Like people are talking about these submarines big time. The first 3 games here, but if you don't reach out and build the submarine, then what good is it?
The funny thing is, we were heading to Fenway for the opener, and the literal only thing we were talking about is how are we going to build a submarine, right? Like, how are we going to get this done? We get on the field, and it's like, bang, go to buildsubmarines.com, and they have you covered. We already mentioned the names. They're great. Great people. They've been building these submarines for years. You just got to use them. Just use them.
Gotta build them.
You gotta build them. It reminds me of like
buildsubmarines.com. You gotta build them.
You gotta build them. It reminds me of like Christmas when you're going to like the like Stop and Shop, who is a paid sponsor, and they've got, what is it, the Goodwill, they're ringing the bell. It's just right there in your fucking face. It's like, how do you not donate to the cause? Buildsubmarines.com. You can't go to Fenway without seeing it. And they're not even ringing the bell, and they're still they're grabbing me. They are absolutely grabbing me.
They're asking us to ring the bell in the metaphorical sense.
Yeah.
They are begging us on hands and knees
Mm-hmm.
to build these fucking submarines. We'd be assholes to not build a couple reams.
And there's no way you can mess it up. I love how they did it.
Can't.
Build submarines.com.
What do you guys got here? You guys got fortresses? Nope.
Nope.
Just submarines.
That's it. Yeah. And I mean, it was almost like the URL is almost too direct to where when I typed in buildsubmarines.com, I thought for sure that like an animated video of Wall-E was going to pop up and it was going to be a link to buy like Red Sox season tickets or something. Nope. They want these submarines built today.
The first commercial, like the first time the commercial came on, I thought it was like a prank.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I don't know. I don't even know what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And as the commercial keeps going, they get more and more serious. It's Australia. It's England. It's the US of A. They need fucking submarines.
They need them now.
Today.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow's way too late.
No.
Because if they didn't need them, they would have just done one URL, put the words next to each other, like build submarine. What does that mean? No, buildsubmarines.com. They spread it out. They're smart. They're smart.
Yep.
I need to know why. You know what? I don't need to know why. I don't need to know why they need submarines immediately.
No, they just need them now.
That's not what I thought you were going to ask. I thought you were going to ask, why are they targeting Red Sox fans?
I mean, obviously.
They want us to die.
We've been asking this question for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
finally,
if you were to
we have an
pick any
answer.
fan base who would build the strongest submarines,
It's got to be
Sox.
us.
It's got to be
Yeah.
the
It's
Sox.
Got to be the Sox. Yeah. Yeah.
Submarines have been built for at least 100 years.
Yeah.
At least.
Jake, look that
first
up. When was the
submarine?
first submarine built?
I don't recall a single outreach program asking for anyone's help other than
1620.
That can't be true. There's
oh,
no
of
way
course.
those people made it. What?
Cornelis Drebel, of
The
course.
Dreb Dog?
Corny.
Yeah.
He built the first submarine by himself?
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
can't see that. I can't see that. Mm-mm.
I got pictures of it.
Definitely didn't have pictures back then.
No, they didn't have cameras, unfortunately.
Mhm.
That's got to be like an artist rendition of what the first submarine looked like.
When did photographs start?
I also don't think that submarine could, like, that was like probably 20 feet deep at most. That thing would have imploded if it went below 50 feet.
Yeah, Germans don't make it out of like 1941 with those kind of marines.
No.
This is a good take. So it only went in the river of Thames.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
on
that
an
deep.
ocean.
No.
Thames.
Yeah, it's a Thames.
Oh,
Like Marcus Thames.
Mm-hmm.
Spelled the same. Pronounced the same.
Exact same.
The exact same.
you sure?
way. Yep. Marcus Thames?
No, the river.
crazy.
That's insane.
Word
The first image that comes up for first submarine, that thing's going down. There's no way.
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Which is what they want, to be fair.
True.
Yeah, true.
do want-
Yeah,
they
you want to
do-
go down.
They do want to go
You gotta
down.
go
Yeah.
down, actually.
They don't want you coming up, Steve. Those are
no, no.
planes.
No,
I don't
yeah.
see any buildplanes.com commercials.
No.
Build submarine. The thing's going up. We got a problem. If that thing's going in the
That thing's going up.
not good.
Yeah.
Guys,
Can't
we
have
messed
that.
up. It's flying. This
Yeah,
is
we did
dumb.
not build a good submarine if it's going up.
Yeah.
So,
So,
I actually looked deeper into the history of submarines here, and I found out the
Folks.
second submarine, number 2, 1775, is called the Turtle Submarine.
so there was like a 100-year gap. So obviously the first one didn't go well.
people were like,
A lot
"We
of
don't need
people
that
died.
fucking thing."
Yeah, they built the first submarine. And they were like, never do that again. And then 100 years later, they were like, we got to try. So
That
Yep.
that means we're probably due for like a Zeppelin. It's been about 100. How long was that?
that was that. I feel like the pictures are all in black and white, but it was like in like the 70s. Are we
Yeah,
thinking
not-
about are we thinking about the Hindenburg?
Yes, the very same.
Then that was in the 70s, I think.
Yeah, it was in like New Jersey. I always thought that was overseas.
Yeah, that was a big fail. That thing just like caught fire.
Right down.
Yeah. It was like it was like if like a fire truck was made out of paper mache. Like I think it got struck by lightning and they were like, this is a very like on the way down, they must have been like, this was the dumbest design. There's so much lightning in the sky that why did we make this thing out of cardboard?
Could have picked any other day.
Yeah. They saw the forecast. And they were like, it is going to be thunder and lightning out. We got to get this thing up there.
It made 63 flights, though.
The Hindenburg?
The LZ 129 Hindenburg.
I'm talking about the 128.
Yeah. I think we got a different LZ.
Yeah, we got a different LZ, dude. Yeah, get your LZs together,
But
bro.
yeah, we're not building Zeppelins. We're building submarines.
Yeah,
And
submarines.
it's important that people know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Building submarines and they go down.
Yeah, they go down, not up.
Mhm.
Yep. BuildSubmarines.com.
We make
Opening
'em
day.
go down.
Oh, yeah, they got to go down. BuildSubmarines.com. They got to go down. We're going up. There's a problem.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. The commercial's so serious and urgent. Like, why don't they want us up here? Why can't we be up here anymore? What's going on
Yeah.
down there that they need us down there today?
Now that I think of it, you've got the billionaires are making those bunkers, and we have an urgent call for mass production of submarines. What's happening up here?
Just got to get down there.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get down.
They're like, listen, Mars too complicated. Down.
You gotta go.
We've been looking up. It's time to go down.
Settle down. So much space down. Got to go down.
There's so much. Listen, the planet's mostly water. What are we doing up here to begin with?
Yeah,
What a mistake.
yeah, we belong down there.
Yep.
Go back whence we came. The oceans.
We got to all go down.
Gotta go down.
Opening day was
All I asked in the preview for this series was to not let the Orioles get right. That's all I asked.
Yeah.
All I asked.
Yeah.
What did they do, Jared?
they swept the Red Sox. They got right in this one. They look pretty good. And outside of opening day, I was gonna say this. Outside of opening day, the Red Sox should have won every game that they played. They're 7-6. The opening day they lost 7-1. Every other game they should have won. They should
They
be.
fled in every game but one.
Yep. I wrote here they should have separated the 04 and the wake ceremonies. I thought what they did was great, but like the explanation of like, oh well, the 04 guys are in town, so we have to do it while they're in town because we planned the 04 celebration ahead. It's like, well, then do it the next day. You don't have to do it like like in June, but like I wanted Wake to have like we've said. I was actually it was 2012. So what's the math there? So the 8-year anniversary of the 2004 team, they brought them back on the duck boats because the Red Sox were so bad. Like we've had 04 celebrations. Like I wanted Wake to just have a whole thing. But as far as like emotional moments. His daughter throwing out the first pitch to Jason Varitek, like knowing how close the Veriteks are to the Wakefield family, like that was perfect. Like that was for whatever the montage was, great montage, but for like moments, Brianna throwing out the first pitch to Jason Varitek was beautiful.
Do we have confirmation that she threw a knuckleball? I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but it looked like she was throwing a knuckleball.
She can throw it. There was like a video of her. What's the
Yeah, she was
fucking,
showing the grip to the was it the mayor or who was she showing it to?
It was Warren Spahn. What's her name?
Yeah.
What's her name?
She was
Something
showing
Warren-
the grip to
Elizabeth Warren?
Spahn.
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
That's not her though. Was it? Was it Elizabeth Warren? I don't
Before
know.
the game, she was
Some
showing the
political
grip.
figure.
You gotta
She
build
was-
them.
Yeah, she gotta build these submarines for
Yeah,
fuck's sake, dude.
Gotta
More
go down.
Healy.
There you
Oh,
go.
Not
yeah,
even
yeah.
close. Yeah,
Okay,
Warren
yeah.
Spahn.
Warren Spahn. The
Just
winningest
bang on his
lefty
grip.
ever.
Yeah,
Look
hey.
at this fucking.
Yeah, check out this knuckleball grip, dude.
What did you guys think of the song choice?
American Pie.
Yeah, first of all, didn't know that was a 45-minute song.
Oh, that's like what it's known for. Like at the time,
You think I've ever hit play on that song?
back then when that song came out, like the average song length was like a minute 30. And then they dropped this one and everyone was like, my ears, what the fuck is this? It's like an 8-minute song. Like it just never happened. Yeah. Then like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin were like, all right, well, we have 13-minute songs and
Right.
like fucking half-hour songs. The song choice was fine. I mean, I feel like I said, I feel like they just could have done Wake on opening day because it was 4-9. It was perfect to just have that be Wake's day and then do like the 04. Not that the 04 guys couldn't have been there because I'm sure that they all want to be part of like the Wake ceremony,
Sure.
but like celebrate 04 on its own day. Because like, how do you go from like, man, what a fucking awesome run that was in 04 to like, fuck, man, like Wake's gone. Because like it did happen like right at the end of the year, and then you have the off season, and then you come back and you're like, fuck, like we didn't have like we finished the season on the road, like we didn't have a chance to like do something for Wake last year.
I was
But also-
thinking that until when she threw that first pitch, I was like, well, this is such a perfect moment that anything else I don't really need. I do
Yeah.
agree they should have separated them. And we were talking to our guy, Brian Almonte, who was there. And if, let's just say, like, if the Wake thing didn't happen, I'm sure you would have had a goofy Manny thing coming out of the monster. You would have had some other stuff. So naturally losing Wake, when you celebrate the 04 team, it's going to be a little somber because he was a big part of that.
Right.
It also felt like they kind of just jammed every
They
time
did.
Wake and Lucchino stood next to each other into it,
Yeah.
which was like they paid no respect to Larry Lucchino.
Yeah.
None.
They threw up the
Lucchino
LL.
got nothing. I actually was waiting for a specific Lucchino. He didn't get nothing. He got some, but it was kind of noticeable that he didn't get as much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought they did a great job for what it was,
Agreed.
that it was put together, but I don't think it had to be put together.
You heard kind of like the awkwardness whenever the players were coming up in the booth because they had Damon and Orlando Cabrera going back and forth, and he would come in and it'd be like, hey, let's talk about 04. What do you remember? And it just went down the same pathway of every time, where by the end of the conversation, everyone was kind of just sad. It was like you couldn't focus on 04 because at the end of the day, they lost a brother.
Right.
And it became, what are you going to do for the kids? What are you guys going to do about that? And that's what it should be about, but that's why it should be 2 different days.
Right.
I do like that they gave her the trophy. They gave both the kids the trophy. That was really cool. So I don't know. I think
I met his
handsome,
son.
Ted.
I met his son up in the Aura Club, whatever it's
Club,
called now.
dude.
It's not the station
Trevor?
anymore. Yeah, I met Trevor.
I do love that move where like you know the name, but you're like Aura Club or whatever the fuck. Like
Yeah.
you just directly say what it is. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
fucking
It's gonna
The
be
Aura.
the Submarine Lounge by
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be the fucking build box before we're done with it. Yeah, got to meet Trevor. Loves Mr. Beast. We were just talking about.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he loves Mr. Beast. We were talking about Mr. Beast. They should have retired 49. That was my other note
Perfect
because
time to do it.
yeah, like it was on 4-9. It was celebrating Wakefield, and
Oh wow. I didn't.
no
even
one's
notice that.
gonna wear that
No.
again. Like I can't, like at least in our lifetime, like we just saw the Orioles reissue Cal Ripken Sr.'s number for the first time, and it was like, you know, Cal and Billy were like, yeah, thumbs up, like that's cool. It's a franchise player, and you know we're gonna keep him here for a long time. Like it's cool to see it. What, you don't think he's a franchise player? Oh, he
Kid
hasn't
stinks.
hit this.
No
Yeah, he
hits.
stinks.
Kind of
That's
stinks.
true. Yeah. Bad first impression.
You can tell
for
they're
Jackson
already
Holiday.
regretting it. Like behind closed doors, they're regretting that decision.
Yeah, they're like, we should have gave him 77. But yeah, I would have retired 49. And like, you obviously don't want to become the Yankees and you just retire everyone's number, but it's like, he's our modern day Johnny Pesky. Like, you retire Johnny Pesky. Like, they have these rules that they just made up that aren't real. It's like they have to be a Hall of Famer, 10 years with the team, and retire with the team. And it's like, so many of the retired numbers did not follow that rule. Like, Pedro was not here for 10 years.
No.
Pesky was not in the Hall of Fame. Fisk did not retire with the team. Yeah, they just broke rules all over the place.
Didn't they retire Ortiz's number before he got into the Hall of Fame?
Correct. They
Yeah.
retired it the year after he retired.
Right. Yeah. They were
Yeah.
like, we've been here recently.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Right.
And
Yeah.
also, to your point about the 04 team, the worse this team gets, and I don't want this to be a super negative episode, but that's what's
I feel like it's been super positive talking about.
Well, we've
these
been talking about
fucking
submarines.
Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The submarines.
Let's just keep it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're going to roll out this 04 team. Like you said, they did in 2012. They're going to be back. Orlando Cabrera couldn't stop talking about how he lives in New Hampshire.
Loves
He's-
New Hampshire.
He's going to be in the box for like the whole second half of the season.
Just like OB. I have a point to make on the retirement. I think they're just going to do him and Veritek. I think they're going to do Wake and Veritek at the same time at some point. That kind of seems like an obvious
Makes
decision,
sense.
and I wouldn't be surprised.
Makes sense. They still got to do Clemens too. 21, 33, 49. I feel like those are going to go up at some point. You disagree, Coley?
No, the Clemens thing's so stupid. Like,
Yeah, they're waiting for the Hall of Fame. It's like he ain't getting in. He's off the ballot, my dog.
Yeah, I don't like. It felt like they were waiting for him to come back, but he's done that. He's been in the booth a couple of times.
You know what it is, Tyler? They're punishing him for not signing with the Red Sox in 07. That would have done it. His number would already be retired. He had the chance to pitch for the Yankees or the Red Sox, and he was like, I don't want to pitch in the playoffs. I don't want to ring. And then he could have come back. That was on the table. He had to choose between those two teams. He chose the Yankees. They didn't make the playoffs. The Red Sox won the World Series. Imagine if Roger Clemens won a World Series with the Red Sox in
That'd been
2007. That would have been crazy.
That would have been wild.
Unbelievable. That would have been a nice little feather in Tyler's cap, because then I probably would have been more keen to not thinking that the 07 team was completely irrelevant. Like, that would have been the storyline.
It would have been
No need to do
21
any of
years
that.
after 86, and that's his number.
Yeah. And also,
He really fucked that up. Yeah, now you can't put 21 up anymore. I'm out.
and the other thing too about 04 was this storyline gets forgotten in all this. Like, I get that the Cardinals, because they lost to them in the 46 World Series and they lost them in 67 World Series. So it was cool to beat them in the 04 World Series, but the Cardinals beat the Astros to get to the World Series. So to have the reverse sweep, the comeback against the Yankees in the ALCS, and then to beat Roger Clemens to win the World Series in 04, that would have been cool too. But I guess we'll just, keep beating that Cardinal ass.
I still haven't gotten over the 46 World Series. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah.
but I think about it a lot.
Yeah,
Sore
Slaughter.
subject.
Yep, Slaughter, Mad Dash, lost in 7. Also, Ted Williams in 46, he got hit by a pitch and like basically broke his elbow, but like still played, and he hit 200 in that World Series, and that pretty much fucked him. Just like in 75, when Jim Rice was hurt in that World Series, that fucked him in that World Series too. Red Sox should just be a dynasty, like they really should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you happy at all they didn't win those World Series?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wasn't alive. I don't give a fuck.
Wasn't alive.
Yeah, wasn't alive. Don't care.
Mhm.
And they still get celebrated like they did win anyway.
Correct.
Like they've named a poll after Carlton Fisk. It's like, we fucking lost, dude.
I think
one's ever
we're the
called
perfect
that.
age for these World Series. And Tyler, Tyler and Jake, how old were you for 04?
He doesn't remember 04.
I was 6.
That was
6 is
7.
borderline, so you don't remember at all? You guys have nothing
None.
from...
That sucks.
I remember.
All right,
Some
07,
of
your
it.
07 love makes a lot more sense now.
My first one.
It's your
And you
first
get the
one.
best of both worlds. It's like 2013 and 2004 fused into one.
Yeah. That's like
Good
if,
point,
like imagine if like they named like something after like Marco Scutero, like for the 05 team. It's like, well, they didn't
respect
win,
that.
dude. It's like, well, who cares? Like, I don't know what it's like to see a Red Sox team go to the World Series and lose, but like, I've seen some Red Sox teams lose in the playoffs.
Yeah, same.
Just tell Tyler O'Neill it's opening day every day. He hit another home run on the home opener, and it broke a windshield. But like that, this game sucks. I don't like. That was the only good thing about this game. This is the only good thing about that series is Tyler O'Neill hitting a fucking home run. The Duran play, Duran E7 dropped the routine catch. Coley disagrees with me here. I said the shadow is a factor. There's 2 outs, and like Steve, listen. Like, say, are you looking?
I'm looking right at you. Yeah.
All right, where Coley is over here. This is the shadows. This is the line. I'm Jarren Duran, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball right on the line of the shadows. I'm just trying to make excuses for him.
Where he's looking at the ball, it would have gone in his glove right in front of the shadows. The shadows are not in his eyesight at that point.
He just takes his eye completely off of it. But I also want to say I don't care.
He just
Jarren Duran's
misses
the
the ball.
only guy
Yeah.
on this team who's been good. I don't give a. He could drop every fly ball. Just keep.
And
him
didn't we
left.
just talk about this too? It's like, yeah, this is gonna happen. Jarren does this. This happens.
He does.
And he also was hitting 400. So
Jarren's gonna Jarren. And the whole thing about him like pulling a nutty after the game and like punching the lockers and stuff and saying I suck and I'm gonna journal about it and like that's gonna happen. And the fans that were like, we need to give him a standing ovation and that we needed to get behind it. I was like,
get him out of
I was like, I know Jarren. I've talked to him about the mental health stuff. We've had discussions about this. And I think our brains work very similarly where he's a meathead. And I mean that as a compliment. Like he works very hard. He works out. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. He expects a lot from himself. When he says like, I suck, blah, 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 and he's punching shit, that is classic meathead behavior. Like he probably, after that game, went in the gym, deadlifted 600 pounds and felt so much better. And maybe he wrote in his journal, like, I suck today. I need to be, but whatever. But like the giving a standing ovation, that's for like when you're down. Jarren Duran is the literal best player on the team.
By a lot.
By a lot.
I don't think it's a bad idea though. Like
It's a
I think
terrible
it was a good-hearted idea for a guy.
Get him out. No,
It's a
man.
bad idea.
It's a
Like,
terrible idea unto itself. It's even worse when you're just taking it from the Phillies last year, who did it for a guy who genuinely sucked.
Like if Story stayed healthy and we were in July and he's hitting 196, but like we know that he did the camp for all the younger players and like he's making a difference behind the scenes. His teammates like him. We know that he can be better than hitting 196 with a 580 OPS. That's when you kind of start talking like, maybe we do the standing ovation for Trevor Story to encourage him. Jarren Duran is he's the best player on the team.
Franchise.
He's the
And
best player on the team.
He doesn't need you to feel bad for him. If he saw that tweet, he would have been like, what is this shit? Me? you think I need a standing O? Like, I
think it
get
would've
on
been
base
very
more than
insulting.
anybody
Yeah.
on the
Well,
team.
very insulting.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
It's a nice
Like,
thing.
it is a nice thing.
At its core, it's nice. There's no.
It's a
But for
nice
a guy
thing,
who has
but
publicly came out and said, "Hey, I struggle with stuff. I had a hard time in this market initially.
Yes.
I kind of let everything come on
yes,
top of
but
me."
he's thriving. He's thriving.
Yes.
He made a bad play. It's baseball. Like that's gonna happen. Like he didn't cost us Game 7 of the World Series. It was opening day, and he knows that that's a play that he should make. And I'm sure, like exactly what I said, I would almost guarantee is what happened. He probably after the game went in the gym, lifted a ton of heavy weights, and got his aggression out, and felt so much better. And you move on. Like that's it. Like I feel the standing ovation is like this guy is really struggling out there, and he feels the pressure, the fans and the media, and he needs to know that we're behind him. Jarren Duran knows that he's a fan favorite, and he's crushing the ball. He made one fucking play.
Yeah.
That's it.
Someone in that
I thought it
situation,
was-
treat him normal. Don't treat him like a sideshow.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's treating him like a sideshow, but I think for a team that hasn't had a lot of positive coverage, not a lot of team support overall, it was refreshing to see people kind of come together. And there was a lot of people pushing that tweet out. I retweeted it, hand up.
Well,
Kinda
yeah, you're
sending
a
those
pandering
vibes
bobo.
along. I'm not a pandering bobo, but I
Oh,
thought it
yes,
was a
you
nice thought. Why not show some support to a guy who's
Just
struggling?
don't throw
in a moment?
batteries at him. Like that's enough support.
Right.
Don't harp. on
Don't
it.
put him down.
They also lost 7-1. It wasn't the reason they lost that game. I know in his mind and in his comments, he was like, if I make that catch, the game doesn't spiral out of control. Him dropping that ball had nothing to do with them getting diced
scored
up by
one run.
Corbin Burns.
Yeah, they scored
He didn't
one
get a
run.
hit after the first.
Right. It had nothing to do with that drop. Like it sucked in the moment for sure. But the rest of the game, when the offense just does nothing, and then the defense also, like David Hamilton's like, oh, a ground ball. I've never seen that before. And it goes right through his fucking legs. Like that had nothing to do with Jarren Duran.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And
So that's
nobody
where it's
gave
like,
him a standing O either. It wasn't.
No.
Nobody
Yeah, no.
did it. So it's like I get at its core, it's a nice gesture. I get it.
nice
but
gesture.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't.
And it like I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes. I think that in my mind, if I drop that ball, and I think that I'm the reason why we lost that game, and then you give me a standing ovation for it, I feel worse.
Big time.
Yes,
I feel
think
worse
it makes
about
it. Worse.
Because now you're like because then like if I'm getting a standing ovation, then like the Nesson truck is gonna cut to the me dropping the ball 2 days later. They'd be like, this is why they're doing it. Here's the play again. You know,
this
like
stupid idiot missed the ball. Like,
like Jarren Duran at his core, I think he knows the fans love him. It's just that he puts so much pressure on himself to be perfect, and baseball is a game that even the best players are the furthest thing from perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It is a game of failure.
That's what I was saying about Bobby, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he's a fan favorite, Tyler?
I think it's a
He
lot
might be the
better
most
than it
popular
was.
player on the team right now.
But yeah, I think he's up there now. He's definitely a lot more appreciated. But I do remember 2 years ago when he was by far the most disliked player on the team. And I remember for a large portion of last year, it was like that. It took a long time for people to kind of buy back into that Jarren Duran train. But no, I think most people appreciate him. I'm obviously on the sports radio side, so I get a lot of the guy has no baseball IQ or whatever. But I don't know. I think showing support to a guy who clearly has had some moments where things weighed on him heavily, I'm never going to hate on that. But I can appreciate what you're saying, too.
I'm not hating on it.
Support's
You don't want to feel
different.
like everyone's like, oh, feel bad for this guy. Like, I understand that perspective from him.
That's what I mean. Like booing him, don't do that. But like giving him a standing ovation makes it seem like it's okay too, which it's not. You got to catch the ball.
And the like I mentioned, standing O doesn't happen, and he hits 400 the rest of the series. He's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
He's fine. He's doing great. We love Jarren Duran.
Keep him left.
We also need his help with these submarines. I feel like
He would be
this must-
so good at
I was going to
building
ask that
Marines.
question. 5 players on the Red Sox right now. If you could pick 5 players on the Red Sox right now to build a submarine, obviously the question becomes 4 because Jarren Duran's a first round pick.
Becomes 3.
He's building that Reen. Tyler O'Neill's building that Reen.
For sure.
Tyler.
Reese McGuire, he has really good forearm strength, and he's used to working in tight spaces.
Folks.
It's not bad.
Him getting ejected tonight gets him off
Idiot.
my submarine team.
Crazy.
I need someone that can keep their composure under stress.
Immense pressure in those submarines.
There is pressure in the submarine, and there's pressure to build the submarine. We were already using Connor Wong at second base, so for him to not have the composure in that moment to be like, "Hey, we need me, and I need to keep it together here," I can't have him on my submarine building team. Sorry, Tyler.
I'm going to immediately kick out Tristan Casas because he's too big to be in a submarine.
We're building the submarine,
Yeah, he's
Tyler.
building
We're
it. He's
building
building
it.
it.
Building the
Well,
Marines.
you also have
building
to
it.
fit in it to build it. You have to do the inside
Do you
work.
think the
do
people
the
that built the
outside.
Titanic just like got on it after?
Some of them, yeah, they want to experience it.
No, they didn't.
This guy.
No, they didn't. The people that built the Titanic were like, well, job well done. No way this thing can sink. And then they stayed in England. They didn't get on it and go to New York.
I loved
They
Cora's
came later.
reaction when Reese got tossed. He's like, no, oh God!
Yeah, he's like,
look,
don't
we
do it.
can't have that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we've got 2 for the team to build the Reen. Jake, who do you think would be a good fit from this Red Sox roster to build a Reen?
I feel like I'd get Rafi on there just to keep things light.
Yeah,
Obviously,
that's a good pick.
Pretty stressful
Yep.
building Reen sometimes. So
Yeah, it does get stressful, and you can't have people freaking out like Tyler's picked. Steve?
I think Isaiah Campbell looks like he builds submarines.
Ooh, Steve.
As a side thing.
Do you really you want the dude that gave up 9 earned runs?
Well,
I mean,
maybe we
he's-
need to give him a side hobby here because it's not looking
like,
great right now.
My interpretation is I ask you to do a job and you do it horribly. You can't play for me.
Yeah.
He might be too focused on the Reens. I'm just
Can't have the submarine blow up.
Yeah. Yeah. So Isaiah Campbell, unfortunately, not making the submarine building team. So we have Tyler O'Neill, Jarrett Coley.
The next time I see Campbell on my television screen,
Yeah.
if he has that fucking mustache.
Stash has to go,
Listen,
I guess.
I said it before. That stash works when you're striking everyone out.
Mhm.
You look like the steal of the century.
Sure.
It's got to go.
It's got to go.
Gotta go. Start from. Listen, you have some more shutdown innings. You get back to the guy we saw at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Grow it right back. No problem with that. The current mustache, it's got no juice. It's gotta go.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Nick Pivetta. Because if you go back to that game, the double play, it's like I need someone that's passionate about what we're doing. I need someone that can give me direction and encouragement. Nick Pivetta is that guy. Like if I'm feeling like a little tired today because we've been building submarines for so long,
Build it.
Nick Pivetta is gonna be like, build a fucking submarine. Keep building that fucking submarine. So yeah, he makes the squad for me. So that's 4.
I think I got one.
Who is it?
Tyler.
Brennan Bernardino. He's worked a lot of odd jobs, including construction in his life.
Okay, see
I
that's
always
a
trust
good
him in a-
pick. That's a good
Yeah,
pick.
top-
I like
yeah,
that,
that's
and he's a
a
great guy.
Great
He's
guy.
a great morale guy. He's not going to get discouraged if the
No
Marine-
sick
the-
days. He's
the
not
submarine-
missing time.
No,
He's
he's not
showing
missing
up.
time. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Like he wants this to be the best fucking submarine that's ever been built. Yeah, I like that. That's a good pick. So we got
It's good-
Bernardino.
good
We
read
have
team.
Nick Pivetta. We have Tyler O'Neill. We have Jaron Duran and Rafael Devers. That's a hell of a submarine build.
Devers
team right
with
there.
the shoulder. I don't right now.
Ooh, yeah.
So
That's a good point.
I was going to suggest, at least as a foreman, someone overseeing this group,
Mhm.
Andrew Bailey. We know people listen to him. He's
I
got
mean,
ideas.
and he just knows
Everyone's
what
been
he's
building submarines one way for 100 years. This
You know
guy's
what?
like, what if we build them this way?
You know what I just thought of, Coley?
Mhm.
Andrew Bailey makes the Red Sox team ERA go down.
That's right.
You think he can't make this submarine go down?
Right down.
Whew. That thing is going to go so far down.
Mhm.
Jake, are you okay with us subbing out? No pun intended. You okay with us subbing out
This guy's on
Rafael
fire.
Devers for Andrew Bailey?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get down, and he knows how to get down.
He knows how to
right
get down. He's going to get it right the fuck down. That thing's not coming back up. I would be actually worried that they can't get back up once they go down. So,
And Bayo's got a nice sinker, folks.
ooh, who comes out though? Do we need 2 strong guys? Can we take out O'Neill?
I think we got to take out O'Neill.
Take out O'Neill, put in Bayo for his sinker.
We need O'Neill
Folks.
there for the opening day of the submarine,
Yeah.
but for the building of it, no. He can cut like the big ribbon.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. We do need a guy with a sinker to build this fucking submarine. Jaron Duran error leads to 2-run double. It's
I
3
always
1
love the transition back to the notes.
Listen, game 1 sucked. Terrible.
It was bad.
Josh Winkowski was butt cheeks. 2 2/3, 65 pitches, 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He walked a guy, struck out 4. Some on 98.5 The Sports Hub pointed out that he was lazy to back up third base when he threw over. I said Bayo was fine, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned, walked 2, struck out 3. David
went
Hamilton
6.
is not it.
No, he was bad.
Note number 1. David Hamilton is not it.
No.
E6 through the legs on a double play ball. That was in the 8th inning. This game sucks. Defense sucks. Burns, good. Orioles 7. Orioles 7, Red Sox 1. That is a loss. It's a loss.
Cole,
I was going to say, Hamilton a worse fielder than Valdez? I think he might be.
He's pretty bad. He's letting
yeah.
balls go through his legs. He's
Right through his legs.
jumping over second base to not turn a double play.
It's been a week of him, and he's like, I'm going to show you ways to mess up you didn't even imagine. You didn't
Yeah.
even
Same.
factor in.
Yeah.
The only other notes I had from opening day were every other guy they announced had a brace on his arm or a bionic arm. I thought
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Mhm.
And the fact that we got to opening day and, story was already done was just sick. And the
Yeah,
server
we didn't
at
even talk
Oracle-
about that.
Oh, yeah. The
Like
server
that was
at
part of
Oracle-
opening day. Like part of opening day was finding out Nick Pavetta's
Yeah.
hurt and Trevor Story's done for the year. That was opening day.
That was the best. And I also loved that the server at Aura Club thought I was dating Jared. He
Yeah.
thought that we were a couple. No
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah,
Could not
so
believe that.
he comes over to take our order, and my mom, my sister, they order, and then it gets to me, and Steve had the menu, and I like reached over to like point at Steve's menu, and I was like, 2 lobster rolls, please. And the 2 lobster rolls were for me, and he thought that we were a gay couple, and I was ordering for my boyfriend, Steve.
Yeah. That was quite
And
the
Jake-
moment.
Jake,
well,
what did
because
you
I found out because he skipped over me and he was like, what do you want? And
Yeah, he didn't
Jake
take
said,
Steve's order. He was just like, oh, these gays want lobster, I guess. Tyler?
Like you and Steve, I think I also give off a bit of a gay vibe. When I was in the bathroom at the Nicki Minaj concert, the man said, "Hi, baby," and like started talking to me, and
you
I
talk back?
appreciated it. I felt like a compliment.
There
I
you
thought
go.
like, hey, like I was worthy of being looked at.
No
Yeah.
bigger compliment than someone
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
you're a gay guy.
Yeah,
Tyler, you
100%.
got to go to P-Town, dude. You go to P-Town.
Yeah, I've never been.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard I have bear vibes.
Yo,
That's it.
big
Yes.
time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's
He's had a couple already.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
had-
Someone would
a
look
couple.
down upon you if you did that.
Cutter Crawford loves the sweeper. Do you have any numbers to back up this claim, Tyler Milliken?
I think the biggest thing with the sweeper this time around was obviously he leaned on that more than any other pitch. But at the end of the outing, when he couldn't find the strike zone, the sweeper is what got him out. I think 19 of his final 20 pitches were that sweeper overall.
Yep.
So for those people and
That
sports
elbow's
radio's
a
been,
ticking time bomb.
yeah, everyone who's been crying about that or whatever it may be, saying they're focusing on it too much. Cutter Crawford doesn't get through that outing. He doesn't go 5 innings without leaning on that sweeper that much.
Yeah.
There's also from that passing book from, what was it, 2012 when he talked about the arm?
I thought that was more recent than that.
Oh, he started it in 2012. You're
Okay,
right. He
yeah.
started right in
Yeah.
2012. They found no correlation between breaking stuff and arm injuries. None.
I wonder, though, when we talk about breaking stuff, if it's more curveballs, because curveballs are soft, whereas now everyone is throwing a fucking sweeper
Mhm.
and it's a hard, like you're throwing a hard slider. So there's definitely more torque on the elbow than there would be for a curveball. But then again, I'm not a surgeon.
Dr. James Andrews was kind of diving into it. He said where it becomes very complicated with the breaking ball is when it gets above 85 miles per hour.
Right.
So when
So,
you're
like,
starting
Rich
to throw
Hill's
those
is
harder
good.
sliders.
Rich Hill could pitch right now. He probably will. You know what?
He's gonna
Welcome to the Red Sox. Rich Hill taking the spot of the rotation. We need a starter for this middle game. As I look at the Stop and Chop look ahead notes to my left, we don't have a starter. So welcome back to the Boston Red Sox, Richard Hill.
He's doing the Roger Clemens. He wants to come in mid-season. He's looking after his son's Little League season ends up.
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah. Consecutive hustle plays by Jaron Duran creates a run. He was thinking 2 out of the box on a base hit, and then he ends up scoring from first base on a bloop hit. That was the one that Jackson Holiday went out like 70 feet, and I don't know why he didn't let his outfielders call him off or why they didn't call him off. He's been in the league for
I love
3
that
minutes.
he waved them off, by the way. He's like, I got this.
Yeah,
and then
I
he
totally
was
got
just
this.
jogging. He's like, I don't got this.
Yeah, it
That's-
wasn't close.
That's a run.
Granted, I wanted to give Duran credit for like a good read, but there were 2 outs, so he was just gone anyway.
He was
but
booking
scored
it,
from
though.
first.
He was really booking it.
Oh, yeah.
He was, but I mean, obviously, it's more impressive if they were 1 out or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
Sure, but I think a lot
Or
of
maybe
guys
not,
still-
because then you might get doubled off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if he had
Okay.
a good read on it, then
Right.
then he scores from first. But there's 2 outs, so obviously he was going anyway.
Yeah.
Connor Wong 2-run knock, 3-0 Sox. This game is fucking in the bag, dude. We got this. Cutter works out a bases loaded jam in the 4th and the 5th. I was kind of like I originally my first thought was like Cutter's been pissing me off at the end, like the last couple starts. Like he's kind of just left a mess behind, but he got out of that jam in the 5th. So I was like, all right, you got to give him props for that, especially back-to-back innings where he left the bases loaded. Do we have an update? Because he looked like he might have hurt himself covering
Tweaked
first
his
base.
ankle.
Was it the ankle or the knee?
Knee. But he said he
no.
thought he was fine, and they didn't say anything about it today. So I'm
They asked him if
assuming,
he was
like,
going to make his start, and he's like, I think so.
Yeah, like Garrett Whitlock today with the calf, for a second barking. It seems like they were just minor things.
It wasn't double thumbs up. It was a 1 thumb, to my understanding.
Mhm.
They're like, you're going to make your next start. He was like,
Yeah, with a little smirk. Yep.
yeah, he smirked.
He's
too.
like, they're making me because everyone else is dead.
All right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Tristan Casas Oppo bomb. Takeaway there. What the fuck was going on with that Nesson camera?
Buddy.
Like they didn't even like they were showing like the WB Mason sign. Like I was like that home run could have been 500 feet. We'll never know.
Devers hit that ball. Was that the first inning? He hit that ball. He was like, "Where's the Duncan sign?"
Yeah.
700 feet away, and it
Mhm.
got caught 10 feet shy of the warning track.
Yeah.
Ness and Cameron. Hey, listen, it's early in the season for everybody.
Everybody.
All right.
Everybody.
But if they're stinking, you want a little consistency, right? Like always think it's going out. The fact that you don't show any monster seats and it's gone, that's a tough miss.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Happens.
Second game of the season for them. You know, it was
Again,
the 12th
happened
game
again
of the
in
season
game
for
3.
us.
Yep.
12th game of the season for us, but it was the second game of the season for camera operators. 5-0 Sox in the 5th. This game is on ice, dude.
So
We got this shit. You can see how this kind of gets out of hand here for Isaiah Campbell, because I said Isaiah Campbell is human. As in, like,
it's
this
Isaiah
guy's
Campbell,
nasty.
right? It's Campbell.
It's Campbell. Campbell.
Oh,
There's a P in there, but it's Campbell. Campbell. You would say Campbell. I think the P is silent.
It
Okay.
is. It's a
Campbell.
very common last name.
Yeah, Campbell.
Campbell.
Campbell's human. Gave up 4 straight hits. 5-3 Sox. It's like, all right, it's getting a little uncomfy, but like, you know, he still got the lead with fucking Sox, dude. Fuck this inning. Catcher's interference loads the bases. Wild pitch. This is Chris Martin's out there at this point. Wild pitch. Now it's 5-4 Sox. So now you're thinking like, well, at least we got Chris Martin out there because he's the best reliever we got. Like if we're going to melt down, we're going to melt down just like a little bit, but not completely. Chris Martin is human. That was the Westberg 3-run home run to make it 7-5 O's in the 7th. There were also 2 outs and 2 strikes on the pitch that he gave up the 3-run home run.
Missed the spot by a mile, by the way.
No,
He said,
in the
that
post
got a
game,
lot of the plate.
in the post game. Well, all right. So in the post game, he said he hit a good, like that was exactly where I wanted it. I wanted to go in on him, but I didn't go in far enough, I guess. But like that's where I wanted he's like, I made a good pitch. He just hit it. Like credit to him.
Are we talking about the home
Disagree.
run? He said he
Yeah.
made a good pitch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was a post game.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Am I crazy? Wasn't that pitch like basically middle high, like middle up? That pitch was so hittable. That wasn't in at all. I think they set up in, and then it was like,
it was
oh,
hit.
He
it
hit
was
it.
it was crushed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Fucking
hit it.
smoked it.
Mhm.
Martin's had a couple of these, man. Like he's had a couple of these so far where he's getting himself in tough situations. He had the pass ball, walk, catcher's interference. Well, that's not his fault, but wild pitch, and then a 3-run bomb to the 8-hitter. I was
Also,
wondering if
I thought that they might have scored that wild pitch, a pass ball. That was like in between for me.
Bad inning for Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah, obviously, you know, Wong makes a couple mistakes there. But I was thinking, I know it's the 8-hitter, I get it, but I was thinking worst case scenario, if you walk him, you got to force it every base, 2 outs, and the rookie coming up against Chris Martin. I like my odds there. But yeah, I mean, it would have been righty-lefty, so I don't know. I'm sure they think about that stuff. You don't want to walk the 8-hitter. Just feels like for a 2-2 count, that pitch got way too much of the plate. No one's going to expect
peed on.
Westberg to hit a ball to, you know, the deep monster
Smashed.
seats, but that was tough.
I didn't understand why people were mad that they used him there as well, where they were like, only use him in the 8th inning. Like, the whole point of Chris Martin is the fireman role. Like, when you need 3 outs, it's 3, 4, 5. You go to Chris Martin. He is the best arm you have. Why would you push him off to the 8th inning? And not only that, he's another guy who's having his arsenal changed a little bit by Andrew Bailey. Last year, he threw the cutter and the 4-seam the exact same amount. I think it was roughly 35%. Now, the 4-seamer's almost completely gone. The velo is
See,
down.
why are
on
we
it when-
changing that?
It's
Like,
interesting.
He got Cy Young vote. Like I get like changing the guys that need to be changed, but I feel like that's one you probably leave alone.
I will tell you, I looked into the fastball numbers last year. Even with his ERA barely being over 1, batters hit 300 against it. So I don't know if that's the idea with the change or if it's just he had the late build. He knows that it's down almost 2 ticks, and he's saying, fuck it, I'm just going to go cutter heavy and see where it goes.
What his last outing that didn't go Chris Martin-y, where it wasn't just Sterling, was that also not in the 8th?
Yes, I believe so.
Got to use him in the 8th. That's why people are saying
Gotta
that.
use him in the 8th.
He's an 8th inning guy. It is what it is. Like, I understand you want to use your best reliever in the highest leverage situation. The last 2 times it's happened, it hasn't worked. And that's not the biggest sample size of all time by any stretch. He's
Yeah.
our 8th inning guy. Use Slayton. Use
hasn't
Slayton in
felt-
that spot.
Hasn't felt like Chris Martin so far this season. That's the first homer he's given up at Fenway as a Red Sox pitcher, and only the second time he's given up multiple runs with the Red Sox. So we'll see. He's given up a decent amount of hits too. A lot of guys on base, couple walks. So
Hey Steve.
Yep.
That's a good stat.
Thanks.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was the first one.
Didn't
I
like
think
that.
his Fenway ERA is like 0.4.
That would make sense.
Mhm.
Yep. Shout out to Doug Mirabelli. Cutter went 5, 86 pitches, 2 hits, 0 earned runs. He walked 4, hated that. Punched out 6. So his ERA is like what? Fucking like below 1. He's only given up 1 earned run so far.
Well below 1.
Yeah.
It was like 0.8 coming into the game.
Yeah. Tyler, what do you got on fucking Cutter Crawford so far? Or at least in that start?
Yeah, so the ERA is down to 0.57, and like we talked about, the sweeper was the main usage. I do think with Cutter, though, the big thing for him, he needs to work deeper into games. When you saw how dead the bullpen was this past day, where they were kind of running out of gas, and, credit to Justin Slayton, who I think is climbing up that high leverage build very quickly because he's going to need more of those spots, but everyone has to work deeper. It's nice to see Garrett Whitlock go 5. This is where the extra outs killed you. Brian Bayo had to face 4 extra batters in that 4th inning the other day. He could have gone at least 6, maybe 7, and he was dueling with Corbin Burns just if you play proper defense, and Cutter didn't get burnt by the defense really early in that game, so you need 6 innings. It's great that you can get to 85, 86 pitches, but if you're gassing out, you're proving what the Red Sox were saying about you a year ago where they were concerned, that you were just a 5 and dive guy. If he's going to be a mid-rotation starter, you need 6 innings. You need to push beyond that.
Well, with Cutter, too, that's where I think you're seeing the struggle with the adjustment to being so sweeper heavy. When he can't find the zone, he's taking like longer between every pitch. It looks like he's really thinking about like, do I trust this? And I think he just wants to gas a 4-seamer. But even when he's tried to do that these last couple of starts, even those are missing the zone. So I'm being a little bit more patient with it. Again, he's given up 1 fucking run, so obviously it's working. But these Dice K ass starts, like you're only fucking yourself. And I know you don't want to just lob a meatball sweeper down the middle of the plate. Obviously, that's not going to work well either. But yeah, just have more confidence.
Yeah, he was throwing sweepers on like 3-0 counts,
right?
Because he couldn't
41% of the time.
Yeah,
that last at bat, shout out Orioles fans, they were right. He got a call that was not a strike, and that got him out of the inning. That should have walked in a run.
Yeah,
8 walks. It's tough. Jansen's trying to pass him. He's got 7. Kenley wants to have that walks record for the Red Sox. He's on pace to walk 1,000 guys. But yeah, Colt.
We said Duran's our best player. I think Slayton's been our second best player.
He's up there.
He's been
actually, like whenever you get into like these umpire shouting matches with the fans of the opposing team, where it's like, no, the umpire wants your team to win, my team to win. Like I actually agreed with Orioles fans that were like, because when I complained, I think I said after this loss, and I still believe it. I was like, the Red Sox should have won that game. Like you're up 5-0. I get that, there were some questionable calls with the umpires, but like this is a game the Red Sox should have won. But when they were like, yeah, the umpires tried to hand you that game, I was like, well, yeah, I
don't agree with that either, though.
At points.
I tweeted out in the first inning, this umpire can't see 3 inches in front of his face. That had nothing to do with he cares about either team. That guy was just blind, obviously blind. And by the middle of the game, when the Orioles started getting fucked on calls, they were like, oh, now you're not complaining about the umps. I never complained about the ump. Immediately, I just said, this guy's blind. I didn't say he's blind for us. He's blind for you. He's just blind. And when I went back to that original tweet, there weren't a slew of Orioles fans agreeing with me because they thought they were getting the calls. So fuck Orioles fans is what I'm saying.
Boom.
RDT. Shout out RDT.
Shout out RDT. Fuck yourself.
Yep, fuck them. I said getting undressed by Kimbrel hurts a little bit. Just because I feel like every time I tune in to watch him when he's pitching, it's always like, man, this guy stinks.
Something that caught me way off guard is they did the welcome back video for Craig Kimbrel. I'm like,
yeah.
Wait, what?
I feel like he's definitely been back. With the White Sox, he wasn't back in 21.
Tyler, this is probably some of you. Has he been back? Is that really?
He talked about it. He did a thing with the Globe where he kind of did a mini interview, and he was like, no, I'm happy to be back. Like, it was a little emotional, but when I came out of the bullpen, I was ready, to be an Oriole and do my thing there. I had moved on.
Well, they do the video, and I'm thinking like, wait, what's going on here? I had briefly forgot he was even the Orioles closer at that point, and I'm like,
I forgot he was the Red Sox closer in 18.
Yeah, they do the whole video, and then they show him in the bullpen. He's like, kind of half waves to the crowd, and everyone's like, I guess we clap, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, A, it's been 6 years, and B, Chris Sale was the closer of the 2018 Red Sox.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Where does Kimbrel rank for closers? Not like all time, but just like
World Series closers?
No, because there's only 5 of them if you count Sale, but just like closers we've had since like 01, let's call it.
I mean, Papelbon's probably number 1. Folk I would put 2. No, Koji I would put
Koji.
I would put Koji 1.
I agree.
I would go Koji, Papelbon, Folk,
You need Kimbrel ahead of
Joel
Folk?
Hanrahan. What?
Wouldn't you have Kimbrel ahead of Keith Folk?
All-star every year here.
Yeah.
No.
Kimbrel doesn't get enough credit for what he did here, and I get it's like what you did for me. What have you done for me lately? Like the last impression they had of him.
Folk should have been the World Series MVP in 2004 of all years.
Didn't the rest of his Sox career kind of stink?
I don't care.
They
Like it just for
used
that
his
1
arm
year.
for October of 2004.
He blew out
Fine.
both his knees to deliver that title.
They were pitching him 2
Yeah.
innings a night every night.
Yeah. Tyler.
Looking back at Craig Kimbrel 2017 is actually ridiculous. 1.43 ERA that season. He struck out 16 per 9 and finished 6th in Cy Young voting.
First round elimination.
Not his fault.
Yeah,
That's
3
part of the reason I
years
bring it
here.
up. He was obviously very good. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Regular season wise, there's probably not a Red Sox closer that posted better numbers than that. No way.
Koji.
2.44 ERA in 3 seasons.
Go look at
with the
Koji's
Sox.
numbers. Like, I think in 14.
Yeah, 2013. But
13
even
and like
Kimbrel
14, I
finished
think he was-
higher.
Orioles 7, Red Sox 5. In that one.
It's my new favorite thing when he comes back to the journal. I love it.
The series finale was tonight.
Yeah.
Got a whole page of notes on this game.
Let's just skip it. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about this.
I borrowed a line from Coley. First line here says, build the whole plane out of Jarren Duran.
Submarine.
Build the whole submarine out of Jarren Duran. Lead off double. Guy just keeps producing. What was he tonight? 3 for? 2 for? 3 for. He had 2 doubles? Single?
There's two
Two for
for
five.
5. Yeah.
2 doubles.
Run RBI and a K. Yep.
2 doubles tonight. Wilyer Abreu did something. RBI
too.
double in the first inning.
I have
And that
something
made
on
it
that.
2-0 Sox. What do you got?
Okay, Cora says before the game, I want to get Wilyer Abreu more consistent at bats against righties.
Okay.
So why can't Ceddanne Rafaela against righties go play shortstop? When you play lefties, you can go send him back to center field if you like. You can take Wilyer Abreu, tell him to go sit on the bench, do whatever you want, and have Romy Gonzalez play shortstop those days, who looked pretty decent. He seems to be okay. There's no fracture or anything. I thought he fielded the position better than David Hamilton did. The
Not a
at-bats,
high bar.
for a guy who got compared to Bobby Delbeck for striking out or whatever,
Bobby
he's cut the K
Dalbec.
right.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Dahlbeck.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Bobby
Beats
Dahlbeck.
David Hamilton. And that feels like
I
it
mean,
makes
for
sense, and
sure.
you're not going all the way saying Rafaela has to play shortstop every day.
Mhm.
They've made a concerted effort to not play Rafaela at short, kind of
Mhm.
like the years Story and Xander were on the team. Like when Xander was not playing, they were like, Story's still at second.
I think they just don't want to be told what to do. Because
No.
it's so obvious. Everyone's like, oh, just put him at short. And they're like, we know better than you guys.
I don't
like,
think
what-
it's that obvious. I think, like Tyler said, he came up as a middle infielder. You're planning to have this guy be your franchise center fielder. He's gotten the fewest reps at center field. If he's going to be your major league center fielder, I don't think it's obvious that you should transition to shortstop.
This is kind of what I thought was going to happen the whole time. And when we had the discussion earlier, it's like, if you really want to commit to this guy and he's your center fielder, then keep playing him at center field. Like, it kind of feels like that's what they're doing. Because moving him to short is obvious right now. Like, that is something that makes a ton of sense. But I don't know if they're doing it out of spite. I just don't know if they're going to. I'm not going to use the phrase mess with them, Tyler, but I think they want the consistency in the reps in center over changing what the position is that they want him to play.
Then don't put him at second base.
I
Then
agree
just
with that too.
make him a center
That
fielder
does
and say,
then
hey, it is
counter
what it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Like, if you're willing to do that there and you were willing to do it in September and you were willing to do it during spring training, what is the difference now when it's costing you games? Like, we're watching it in live action in this series, how different things could have been if you had someone who could field those balls. I don't know. And I look at Ceddanne Rafaela. We don't know if he's ever going to be better than, or even a league average hitter in the big leagues, because he's going through it right now offensively. You see it. He is chasing everything. It is not good at bats. He's not making strong contact either. And that's not me saying that he never will or anything like that. But if Rafaela's biggest strength is going to be his defense, part of that is his versatility and ability to play those other positions. Let those strengths come so he can earn his value that way. That's how he can help this team be better. If not, you're just ignoring one of his weapons. How many center fielders can go and play above average shortstop for you? You know, that have actually played the position. You could probably fake it or do it a million ways. We know Rafaela can do it. Go look at the highlight reel in the minors. He's made some ridiculous plays at shortstop.
Big time.
It just can't hurt to try it. That's the only thing. Just don't completely shut it out, because like Coley said, it feels like they are doing whatever possible, including tonight's game. Just simple math is, he's better than David Hamilton at shortstop. Move Hamilton to second and let's let it play out.
We also live and die off of every game, and I think maybe in our heads, like we're like, they're clearly not going to move him because they haven't yet. Like they still can, and probably
Cora
still
doubled
will.
down. Cora, like after the game's like, David Hamilton, man, he is a great defender. He's like, I know you guys think he fucking sucks. He's like, but trust me, we believe in this guy. He is the guy at shortstop. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know how you could believe in David Hamilton.
Especially after that. Like,
I would love to see his bat more and his speed more. I'm all set with his glove. I don't know what to do with his glove. He can't play Major League
And
Baseball.
the thing that's
Major
killing me
League
with
Baseball.
Hamilton is just use your head, dude. Like, there was a play
or
tonight.
his glove.
But
Or his feet.
Yeah, use anything, literally. But there was a play tonight where dude overslides second base. Leave your glove on him. What are you doing?
Yes,
like
yes.
that would have been an obvious out.
The broadcast didn't point that out.
No.
Like whoever it was sliding into second completely overslid the bag. The throw was right on line.
Great throw.
Great throw, but not in time to get the runner. And he just flies off the bag, and Hamilton doesn't keep the tag on him. It's like, that's an out, dude. Like, keep the fucking
And
tag
that's
on
with
the guy.
Gunnar Henderson up with one out. That would have been now 2 outs, bases empty, instead 1 out, runner on second. It doesn't turn into anything, but that's the kind of stuff all season that has turned into runs.
Yeah. Next line here says, what the fuck is Colton Cowser's problem?
This guy.
And
I
this
hate
is just
this
the
guy.
beginning.
I hate him. He's
Home
too
run.
good.
It's 2-1 Sox after the home run. I mean, he made 2 great catches in the middle game in left field. Looks like he's played at Fenway Park his whole fucking life. Garrett Whitlock, 5 innings, 85 pitches, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, gave up the home run to Cowser. What did you see, Tyler, from Garrett Whitlock tonight?
We saw a different version of Garrett Whitlock than we've seen at any point this year, where the changeup has been his main pitch. The cutter, which is, his new pitch, part of that gyro slider situation, he threw that more than any other pitch today.
Is it gyro slider or bullet slider? We need to know.
Same thing. Whatever
It's
you
not.
want to call
You
it.
can't
It's up
call
to the
it.
person.
No.
He calls it a gyro slider, Garrett Whitlock.
Who calls it a bullet slider?
I think Andrew Bailey called it that.
Okay, so now we have to decide, like, who gets to name it? Who has the authority? Is it the person throwing it, or is it the person that created it?
I'm fine with created.
Yeah, it feels like you got to call it with the person who created it, right?
So bullet slider.
That hurts me when you say that.
Why?
It's got
I don't
a
like that
history.
word.
It's got a history with it.
Don't do it. You don't need to.
What happened to Bullet?
He died.
Dead.
What I will say about Garrett Whitlock that made me really happy today, while they were still fouling a bunch of balls off of him, 10 whiffs, that's a step in the right direction. Second, he shouted out Andrew Bailey after the game and said, the biggest difference between me and last year, I have more pitches once I go through a lineup. I feel like I have other ways I can kind of attack people. And for the people that were kind of saying the day before, well, the Orioles were all over the breaking balls. Cutter got him with the sweeper to escape his first 5 innings. When Campbell came in, they were sitting on all of them. It was kind of easy to adjust. I think this was a situation where Bailey said, all right, yeah, if they're going to sit breaking balls and kind of attack us, good luck with the fucking cutter. Let's see if you can adjust to it. And I'm not going to ignore, there were a couple close moments for Whitlock on the home runs and stuff like that. But it feels like this is another step in the right direction for him. And he's giving me Rick Porcello vibes. It's not always the prettiest. It scares you a little bit at times. But give me those 5 innings. We just got to work a little deeper.
Porcello would go like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, Whitlock, this is him kind of growing into a starter right now.
His last start was meh. This one,
2 out of 3 good ones. And this is one of the best lineups in baseball.
yeah, but it's not like, if you're gonna say 5 and die for Cutter, why not for Whitlock?
Because I think with Garrett Whitlock right now and kind of where he's working, Cutter came out at 85 pitches. Today,
Okay.
Whitlock was kind of similar based off the little barking with the leg. I just think there's more arsenal-wise for Whitlock to work.
That's the
deeper
other
into
thing
these
too,
games.
is everyone like these starters, while they're I guess they're quality innings, like Whitlock 0 earned, 1 earned, Cutter 0 earned, but like they're going 5 innings and they're coming out of their starts looking like they just returned home from war. Both of them. Like, that doesn't make me feel good. Like, you look at the line, you're like, all right, yeah, like 5 innings, 0 earned runs, 5 innings, 1 earned run. But both of them are just like limping off the field after.
That's the scary thing with these guys, but I think this is also the reality when you're talking about, no one's going to confuse Garrett Whitlock as a number 2 starter, right? Like it's hopefully a number 4
They're
or
all
something
number
in that
threes.
area.
We get a bunch of number 3s that are consistent and they're good enough.
I mean, they've not been the problem.
No.
The starting
They're
rotation has
given
not
strength.
been the problem.
No.
So many chances to win. 11 of the 13 starts, the starters have given up 1 or fewer runs.
It's pretty good.
And you're 7-6.
Alex Cora told you, I need 5 innings out of your guys. Brian Bayo should have had 1 run with 5+ innings. Cutter Crawford, 5 innings, no runs. Garrett Whitlock, 5 innings, 1 run.
I got Slayton can play for me any day. 2 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He's been awesome.
1 hit all season. Incredible.
That was his last time out, maybe?
I don't know. I'm just looking at 7 2/3, 1 hit. And this guy's
pretty good.
It's great.
Pablo Reyes and David Hamilton on the left side of the infield, just how we drew it up. Pablo Reyes made an error, looked like shit. David Hamilton looks like shit. That's the left side of your infield for a game that you're trying to avoid getting swept against a team that a lot of people have making the World Series. And that's going to be the narrative, unfortunately, for you, Tyler. We're done after this podcast, but you still have to go to 98.5 The Sports Hub tomorrow and hear about how this is what the Red Sox look like against a good team, and they're not going to be wrong either.
What are you going to fight to say it? Yeah, they can't play defense. And if you want to look at the metrics, I read them last episode when we kind of went through everything. They entered today 21st in outs above average, 17th in defensive runs saved. They are tied for the second most errors in all of baseball with the Yankees.
Huh.
What can you say?
Steve,
Know what I was thinking about, fellas?
what were you thinking about?
After the series finale, it hit me how stupid it is that the Red Sox are this bad defensively. Like, we'll talk about, this guy's filling in for Story. Oh, we got to move guys around. This isn't his natural position. We're talking about major league players. Even if you're a minor league player, just field the damn ball. It makes you feel so dumb as a fan when your major league team just can't field the ball. Like, I don't even like tweeting about it. I don't like posting about it. We obviously talk about it on the show because it happens every single game. But so many of these games last year, the year before, this year, it's just correctly field a baseball. Like, it's not that hard.
You know what's dumber?
What do you
is
got?
the fact that this was a problem last year and the year before, and they still have just never done anything about it.
No.
In the other part, which I didn't love this after the first game, Cora talking about the defensive problems, we have a lot of young guys. Guys, I understand. A lot of these guys have been on the team for some time now. Rafael Devers not making plays. The guy's been in the big leagues for a half a decade. He's a $300 million player at this point. I don't want to hear that. Jarren Duran's been in the big leagues, to some degree since 2021. Like, I understand even David Hamilton, he was in the big leagues last year. Emmanuel Valdez was in the big leagues last year. At some point, I don't want to hear that they're fucking young guys. I just want to hear they need to be better. That's what it is. You need to coach better, whatever it may be. Don't give me their fucking young guys because they've been up here. These aren't guys making their big league debut. Make fun of Jackson Holiday. The dude's playing in a big league ballpark for the first time in his life. Like, there's going to be an adjustment there. I understand it. These
even
other
if
guys,
they are,
come on.
like, even if they are young guys, even for the guys like Hamilton that don't have a bunch of time, touch second base. Don't miss second base on a double play. I was celebrating in my living room, just clapping. That's a big one. And OB is like, and he's safe at second. Safe at second? What the hell just happened? And they showed the replay, and it wasn't even reviewable. Like, it was reviewable, but there was no reason in wasting it. I can't believe he missed the base.
That was the next line. You have to be fucking kidding me. Hamilton doesn't touch second base. Santander, 2-run home run, 3-2 Orioles in the 8th inning.
Go.
When Xander Bogaerts was at shortstop, all I heard was that he wasn't good enough defensively. That's all I heard.
No range.
No range.
Mm-hmm.
When the ball was hit to him, he picked it up. He threw it to first base in the air. That's it.
That's all he did.
That's all he did.
Yeah.
And then when the playoffs came around, by the way, ton of range every year.
Every year.
Great
Every
relays.
fucking year.
Yep.
I can't stress enough when you have something good, great even, and you wish for something better, you're an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
The Boston Red Sox are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
When they signed Trevor Story, and had Xander and Trevor Story, you fixed it. You were done. You had the solution. They immediately offered Xander Bogaerts a 4-year, $80 million extension. And now he plays for the Padres.
For $200 million more than that.
And you haven't fixed shortstop or second base. You fixed none of these issues.
Well, I mean, we'll see what Vaughn Grissom can do.
Again, he has yet to play for the Boston Red Sox.
Correct.
So we'll see. Even then, you still don't have a shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about, should we move our center field? Fucking try Yoshida at one of these positions. I don't care.
We'll get to
anymore.
him. He's the next line.
I don't care where anyone plays anymore. But I also want everyone to, not on this show, everyone who's yelling at me for being positive about David Hamilton for 5 fucking seconds, to apologize to me.
For?
When I said at the end of the, what was last year, 23?
Yep.
When I said at the end of the 22 season that their best course of action, this was in September, the tweet's still up, you can go get it. Their best course of action was just to bring everyone back. People were like, what a stupid fucking idea. Who are the people that I said to bring back? Nathan Eovaldi. Would it be nice to have Nathan Eovaldi?
Love to have him.
Sure fucking would.
Yep.
Xander Bogaerts. Would everyone love to have Xander Bogaerts on this team?
I don't know that everyone listening would say yes to that, but my answer is yes.
Yeah.
Everyone listening is fucking stupid. If you wouldn't want Xander Bogaerts on this team, you're a stupid person. You're a stupid person.
That was borderline.
My mom listens to this.
That was fine. I like a lot
Does
of people.
Ellen
that
want
listen to this.
Xander on the team?
I think she wants Xander on the team. Yeah.
Oh,
She's
she
not
definitely
stupid
does.
then.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone who doesn't
Yeah.
want Xander on this team is a stupid person. Now, if you come at me,
Okay.
I wouldn't want to give him $280 million. You didn't have to.
You didn't have to. You're right.
Xander spent the entire 22 season at his locker after every game going, sure would love a contract.
Yep.
Did they offer him a contract?
No, I don't believe they did.
No, sure did.
Yeah, yeah.
L2 they
All of
might.
the problems with this team can be traced back to letting 2 people walk away for nothing.
Mhm.
Has Mookie Betts ever caused catcher interference?
Not
As
to my
the catcher?
knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
No, not one time.
No.
Not one time.
This guy's awesome. Coley, what you're saying is completely accurate. I do want to make sure we're not letting just awful baseball play get off the hook. Like, just make
not at
make
all.
normal plays. Like,
not
let's
at
just.
all.
Yes, you're totally right. They should obviously be more prepared for this, but like, touch.
But that goes
second
back to what he's
base.
saying, though. Like, if you just paid Xander, because everyone's like, well, we're not going to give Xander $280 million. You didn't have to.
Never
like, if
had
you
to.
had just gone to meet his ask of like 160 or whatever, 180, then he's still here. And Trevor Story's your second baseman. And that's Xander just making that play at short.
But-
and it's not Trevor Story diving for the ball. And we have the middle infield of Xander and Trevor Story still.
For tonight, you don't even have to play the hindsight thing. It's just turning a normal double play tonight.
Well,
And
he's
for the big
the-
picture, yes.
The
But for
issue
tonight,
is
just
systemic.
touch the bag.
That's the problem. The issue is systemic. Like, I don't disagree with you. David Hamilton, that's why I genuinely think he's worse than Emmanuel Valdez. Valdez is doing like barrel rolls and shit. He's making it fun out there.
Yeah.
Hamilton gets like a slow dribbler hit to him, and he's like, I don't got it.
I don't got it.
I'm gonna need some help. Give me some
Back
help.
me up.
Yeah. He takes out a whistle, and he's like, can an adult please come help me field this routine grounder? It's insane to the point where, and it's, again, I'm talking to fans who are like, oh, it can always be better. No, it can't. That's not the only choice. It can get much worse. You've seen it be much worse.
Next line here. Nobody rolls over to second base quite like Yoshida.
It's out of control.
Coley-
Coley-
Shout out Papa Peralt with the spring training Yoshida breakdown. Just keeps rolling him over to second.
Wait, what?
yeah,
Steve
wait.
said that during the stream.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's literally my dad says it. He called me tonight to say it. It's one of his it's one of his favorite things. I'll tell you, Steven, that's all Yoshida does is ground out to second, and he's totally right. It's all he does. And
Well,
I think there was an at bat in
tonight he
extras, and it was
grounded-
like,
he
oh, it's
grounded
a
out
short,
to
right?
short.
There
Yeah.
you go. So middle infield ground out. Get ready if Yoshi's up. They
Yeah.
there's such uncompetitive. That's probably not the right word. Non-competitive. There you go. That's the
Non-competitive.
right one. At bats. And that's your DH. Tyler, I'm doing the you
And they're
thing.
weak ground balls,
Tyler's
too,
rubbing
by
off.
the way.
Tyler's rubbing off on me. I'm doing that. That's your DH. I'm doing the U radio thing. But seriously, like, he's hitting 222, and some of the
No
hits
damage.
just get through the infield. Like, they're
Yes.
ground balls
So
that just get through.
That was what last night. I wrote about him. No one rolls over to second base like Yoshida, and I was saying that last night where I was like, watch, he's going to fucking ground out to second base. And he hit a ground ball to the right side. And I was like, see? And then it squeaked into the outfield. But I was like, that should have been scooped. That's an out.
Yeah.
Like, no. Because the ground balls are not even hard hit balls. Like, that's the thing. He must be in the fucking last 10% of the league in exit velocity. Yeah. Do you have those numbers, Tyler, by any chance?
I don't have the ground ball percentage, but I can tell you last year.
Not the ground ball percent. I want exit velocity.
Yeah.
It's probably like 12 miles an hour.
So average exit velocity, he's 54th percentile at 89.3%.
That's shocking.
That's
that high.
crazy.
I have some stats if you want.
Because he's smashing it into the ground. Yeah. Tyler?
Yoshida hasn't homered in 31 games. His last homer at Fenway Park was July 25th.
The radar gun's right where he's hitting it, and it's just fucking coming right at it.
The radar gun's like that camera from the 99 All-Star game. It's just like in the dirt.
The dirt cam.
He's breaking dirt cam every at bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Yoshida got to hit against an infield made up of entirely David Hamiltons, he'd be in the Hall of Fame tomorrow.
Oh God, yeah.
He'd be in the Hall of Fame
700
tomorrow.
He'd bat 1,000.
Yeah.
He'd get on every base.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. So can we stop now making excuses for Yoshida? Because like last year
His jaw hurt.
it was like it's his first season. He's not used to schedule. He got fatigued and tired in the second half. It's like bro hasn't hit a home run since we declared independence. That's the last time he hit a home run.
He was projected to be like a 15 home run guy, but he was projected to also.
He's a no home run guy.
Right now, he's no home run guy. And last year, he didn't get off to this.
He can't hit the ball in the air to the outfield.
Hasn't even tried.
It does suck when you're projected to be a 15 home run guy and you're a no home run guy.
Yeah,
Right.
it's way less.
Yeah.
That's not 15. It's not even close.
Right.
The only thing I can give you that's positive with Yoshida right now is his walk rate's up. That's
Don't
it.
care.
It's closer to
Do
9%.
not care.
Last
Do
year was at
not
5%.
care. Do
That's all I
not
got
care.
for you.
Don't care. Don't care.
I need more out of Yoshida.
Yeah. I need so much more. What's the OPS is sub 600, yeah? I think
That
it is.
sounds right.
It's got to be in the 500s.
I mean, how many people? That's like half the lineup.
Yeah. We suck.
Yep, 586.
The offense has been miserable.
So
And
bad.
when you get rid of, and I genuinely do hate to, like, I'm very much looking forward to Meyer. Like, shout out Red Sox stats, who just keeps, like, I think he's only watching the minor league games at this
I don't know
point.
if he's watching the Red Sox.
I think he's the only smart one among us. He's like, I'm just going to watch the guys they've told me to watch. Like, Teal, Meyer, and fucking Anthony. They come up, they all get singles and doubles, and they just have a grand old time up in Portland. And then Christian Campbell, shout out my guy, just keeps banging down in Greenville. He had hit a ball harder than Tristan Casas has ever hit the other day. Did I see that right,
Wow.
Tyler?
Correct.
Absurd.
113.2 miles per hour.
Damn.
Yeah, outrageous. So, listen, I saw some people today when I tweeted out my journey tonight, how I got here. It was 2-1 when I left. When I showed up to Jarrett's house, it was 4-3, 5-3. And then I sat down and it was promptly 100-3.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun, very fun. People were blaming this on like the draft and development. Like Romy Gonzalez, who made a great throw yesterday, was not part of the draft and development. He was waived by the White Sox, who literally don't know what baseball is. Like, there's a reason he's here. A lot of these guys are not part of like the overall plan. And that's not an excuse. Like, to Steve's point, they should be able to play like basic fundamental baseball. I'm not asking them to look like 03 Bonds out there. Just like field the grounder when it's softly hit to you. That's it. Like, we're not asking for a lot.
Tag the bag on a double play. Like
Simple stuff.
You got to
Just touch
step on
second.
the bag.
That's it. You got to
Yeah.
step on it because if you don't, he's
Like-
he's safe. That's
Yeah, being like, oh, like he's just getting used to the majors. At what fucking level do you not have to step on the bag to turn a double play?
I would have
To be
loved
fair-
Cora being like, if you don't touch it, he's safe, moron. And he goes, damn it.
When Cora played, that wasn't true. You didn't have to touch it.
Dude,
That is true, the
I was
neighborhood
thinking the
play.
same thing. That was 100% the neighborhood double play where that would have absolutely counted.
He
back
jumped.
in the
It was
day.
like he was in the airspace of second base. He literally just jumped over the bag.
He like
David
tried to
Hamilton-
miss it. he wanted to miss it. That's how much he missed it.
He hasn't played a second of professional baseball where the neighborhood rule's been still in effect.
Nah.
Not even
1
close.
second.
I don't know if he was alive for the neighborhood
Bases
rule.
are bigger than ever.
They are massive.
The biggest
bases.
base we've
Before-
ever had.
It's a good point.
And he like floated over it. I'm like, just touch it. Just
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
insane.
What is that called? The long jump?
Triple jump.
The vaulting. Is that what it's called?
Javelin.
No,
yeah, the
not
vault javelin long throw.
That's not what it's called. No, that's not what it's called. I think is that what it's called? It's vaulting,
Yeah.
where you run with the stick and then
Yeah.
That's basically what he did over second
Pole
base.
I think it's
Pole
worth
vaulting.
adding real quick how
Yeah.
funny and how already 2024 Red Sox it is that the first pitch was a 2-run homer. It
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
waste any time. It was the next pitch
No.
was gone.
Well, we're skipping over the Wong Dong tie game 3-3 in the 8th inning, and I was like, man. Well, because the lefty that they brought out of the pen, I don't remember his name, but he had nasty numbers. Like his changeup was sick. Didn't have a ton of gas, but I mean he was. I think he gave up like 1 hit so far this year. And
I
Connor
have a
Wong
quick
was just like,
question.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Has Connor Wong hit any home runs that have stayed in Fenway Park? I
No.
feel like they all leave the yard. He hits.
No, he's like Doug Mirabelli.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna hit a ton, but when I do, they're going
Yeah.
places. Rob Refsnyder too.
True.
Refsnyder hits tanks. He hits like 2 a year.
When's he back?
So he's had a day off today, continues his rehab
Call it.
assignment tomorrow.
Call it.
Well, it's about Ref Snyder.
Oh.
Came up with the Yankees as second baseman.
Mm.
Thoughts?
And it can't be worse than having your fucking catcher there.
They were working him out at first base during spring training, so he could
We
be a little
have
bit
a
more
first
versatile.
baseman.
To have a first baseman.
One of the few positions we have, I'd argue.
We do have a first baseman.
Don't need a first baseman.
If you're
Yeah.
willing to play Connor Wong in a pinch, though, why wouldn't you play Robert?
We need a
Smith?
second baseman, shortstop, and a center fielder, and 3 starting.
Well, we
pitchers.
have 4 locked in, like to one of those positions.
Mhm.
And then Grissom, we'll see.
Mhm.
I floated this out while we were watching the game. Tyler and Steve, I'd love to get your thoughts.
Yeah.
The Orioles have too many players. It's really all they talk about is the amount of players they have.
Mhm.
What if we just traded for Cedric Mullins?
Why would they do that?
They have too many players.
But he plays.
For now.
Mm.
They call
Yeah,
it Heston.
200. Mullins, we need guys that can hit. He doesn't really hit much.
But again, we also need guys who field the ball, as we just
He's good at
talked
that.
about.
He's
So
good
you
at fields.
put him in center. You got that figured out. I don't know how much money he has left on his contract, anything like that. I'm just talking about the player. I know his numbers have gone down since he was a hit machine 2 years ago. I do not care about that. I know he can catch the ball. And then
Yeah, what's his,
Rafaela can play wherever the fuck you want.
Well, he's got this year and next year, and then he's a free agent.
The Red Sox would trade for Cedric Mullins and put him at fucking second base.
He's cheap, though. He is extremely cheap right now.
That's probably why the Orioles won't trade him. I wish he was more
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, he's still arbitration eligible. The defense is elite, or pretty close to it, 80th percentile. Everything obviously offensively is not in a good place. But if they're going to trade him in division, and he's kind of one of their more veteran leaders on that team, I don't think he's coming to the Red Sox.
I think it's
And it would
more.
be
It's
another
more
lefty.
that
I
I think they'd
agree.
want Mullins to be a part of this thing. They'd want him to be like along for this ride. They got
I don't
coming up.
disagree. I'm just looking for anyone who I know doesn't suck.
It's
I
a
would
good
I
start.
would look at teams that suck before you looked at the World Series favorite.
Marlins got anybody?
No.
They just Amaya ended up with the
Jazz?
Astros.
They have one player with an OPS that's an OPS plus of 100 or better.
Yep.
Burger? Who is it?
It's Jazz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, trade for him.
The guy that you could trade for that is on a shitty team that nobody wants is Paul DeYoung. He's the one. And if
He sucks.
for the
too.
people who are down on Trevor Story, though, right? You're talking elite shortstop defense, and he could run into 15, 20 homers. He's going to hit 200. He's not going to get on base. But if you didn't think Trevor Story was ever going to hit, and he was only going to give you defense, he's making $1.75 million. They won't take a flyer for him.
Where is he now?
White Sox. Hey, there were people saying trade for Paul DeYoung at the trade deadline last year.
No, I remember.
DeYoung is a classic where is he now guy. You could have given me 10
Yeah,
guesses.
I thought he was in
I
Toronto.
was going to say Toronto.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
going to say Toronto.
No idea.
no idea. I
Got
don't want
DFA'd in
players from the
Toronto.
White Sox.
They're not going to trade for anybody. What are we talking about?
No.
No, definitely not.
no.
No.
Can
They
bring
should
back
not.
Jose Iglesias.
Mets,
Yeah.
AAA.
I spent
Jose
way too much
Iglesias?
time wanting them to bring Iglesias back, just talking about that. They would probably then do it now.
He was
I didn't realize he was still playing professional baseball.
Yeah, I can't.
You want
put
the
it.
stats?
Where is he?
Oh my.
What?
He's hitting 353 in 5
Oh.
games with an 1,000 OPS. He
Bring
can't
him.
play shortstop, though.
He
Yeah,
sounds
that's
like
the
David
belief.
Hamilton. Hamilton was tearing it up at AAA as well.
Get him over.
I know we talked about the Hamilton. I want to meet who gave Hamilton that award.
I said this. I was like,
Tyler, you were
pity
right.
award.
Tyler, you were right. I want to meet who did it, though, because you're a dickhead. Whoever gave him Defensive Player of the Year is a moron.
They gotta go. Like,
They gotta go.
That guy's gonna go. Like I wasn't trying to, and I'm sure it came off this way. I wasn't trying to dismiss what you were saying last episode.
No, I think you
that
were just trying to
award.
be positive.
You know
about
what?
Him, like,
There's
don't
like
don't say
a-
fuck him immediately.
There's like a 65% chance that whoever gave him the Defensive Minor League Player of the Year award is listening to this podcast right now. This is for you.
The easiest suspension of the season.
Yeah.
What
You're-
the fuck?
Yeah. That person is listening right now. Either that or someone is listening that knows who that person is and they just cut this audio clip and sent it to them via text message. You're suspended.
I just wanted to say shout out to the Section 10 Suspensions Twitter account. I'm excited for how you're going to word this one. This is good. This is good.
There's a Section 10 suspension Twitter account.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It keeps
Multiple.
track of all of them. Yeah.
Is it like they do like a chart for each episode, or they send out a tweet for each individual suspension?
It's called
Both.
at suspensions_10, and they listen the second we drop the show and start live tweeting the suspensions.
That's big. Today's gonna
It's
be a hot one for him.
Yeah.
And that it's literally at like 2:30 in the morning. I got a notification like Steve suspended. Like he talked about Cody Rhodes, and that's obviously a no-go.
You can't do that. Yeah, that's a big no-go. Yeah, I know Clark's Ketchup is on Instagram now. They already have like 1,000 followers, I think.
Great recipes over there.
Oh my God.
A
Some
great
of the best.
follow. Really good
Yeah.
follow.
I mean, whoever is running content for Clark's Ketchup and in their, I'm sure that they hired like a whole staff.
Yeah.
You got to follow Clark's Ketchup. It's at Clark's Ketchup with a K on Instagram. They have over 700 followers.
It's big. But to
Look at that. Do you see this picture of that moon?
I'd like to suck it down.
Yeah, look at that. Did you see this? It's a picture of a delicious cheeseburger, double cheeseburger with Clark's Ketchup just drizzled all over it. Some fries and a big bowl of Clark's Ketchup,
Oh.
and then a tasty Blue Moon Belgian White right in the back there.
To piggyback off Steve's point real quick, you got to beat that guy with hammers. Whoever gave up the award, you got to beat him with hammers.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. No two
There's
ways.
no other item. It's got to be hammers.
Yeah,
It's-
multiple hammers.
It's gonna hurt a lot when whoever that was, they might be a huge fan of the show and they're just driving to whatever ballpark that they report to and they're just like, God damn.
Better
man."
drive to Home Depot, pal.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get some weapons to defend yourself.
Pick
Yep.
up some hammers. Boy, oh boy.
A hammer on hammer fight, that would be bloody. Oof.
Reese McGuire
use
tossed
that.
for arguing a clear strike. That was in the 9th inning. We have no second baseman now.
That was the part
It was
that sucked
also
the most.
in the
It was-
zone.
It was such
It
a
was-
strike. It was so
It
such
was
a
the
strike.
most. It was the most striky strike.
Yeah. They were saying, like, what did he say? Like, did he say the magic words? I'm like, if he said anything, he should get tossed. That was
Wait,
the
wait.
biggest strike ever.
If you were listening to the game, you heard exactly what he said.
What did he
was
say?
Like, what the fuck? Like, he was like, what the fuck, ump, or something like that. Like, it was loud as hell.
I
So,
didn't
like,
hear it.
clearly he turned around. It was a little quick, but you know the situation. You start arguing balls and strikes, you're going to get thrown out.
He
That's
must have
a
been
tougher-
farting. He was
Dude,
farting.
he was
all
probably
night.
farting.
Like,
He was probably
yeah,
farting,
like
yeah.
if you're a catcher and it's like your ass is right in the umpire's face all night and you're just ripping butt, like he probably got the heave ho. Because how many times the umpires hear like what the fuck or like that sucked? They hear that you don't get tossed for that. He was he was farting.
The ump's probably also thinking, like, dude, you're a catcher. Like, you know that's a strike. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
That's
Right.
my thought. I was obviously traveling for the middle of the game, so I don't know. Was there any back and forth earlier between
No.
him and the ump?
Nope.
Okay. Then yeah, he was farting.
It was raging because he was up 3-0. Fucking like Craig Kimbrell come back.
Yeah,
Obviously
There's no
farting.
other-
Obviously
yeah.
farting.
clear.
farts.
Clear fart situation.
God,
Shit in his
sticking up
pants.
the joint.
Yeah. Isaiah Campbell might suck.
Buddy.
Gave up the 2-run home run to Gunnar
Campbell.
Henderson to make it 5-3 Orioles in the 10th. after we went to extras here. He went on to give up 17 more runs in the inning.
Never throw the four-seamer again.
It was such a dickhead thing to give up that 3-run bomb when he already gave up. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Especially off a fastball. Like, don't you read the sign on the door? No fastballs. Like, Andrew Bailey clearly said, don't do it. And he did it. And he kept doing it. Just getting tattooed.
Like,
Coley called it. The fucking Colton Cowser. I kept wanting to say Cower. I like calling, like, Cower. Coward? Yeah, there's
Colin Cowherd went deep. Yep.
Cowser.
There you go.
Yeah, he saw him come up and he was like, this is going in the seats. And it cleared the ball. Like, I thought, like, when it went off the bat, I was like, all right, well, you're not going to be completely right. It's going to end up in the bullpen. Nope. Clear the bullpen right in the fucking seats.
In the summer, that's maybe bouncing off the Dunkin' Donuts sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ted will easily.
Murdered.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jared, you mentioned it earlier, but the catches he made up against the monster, nobody makes those early in their career. That's a double every time. He played like the perfect series and hitting 7th, hated every second of it.
Yeah, like they were talking about on the broadcast about how he just knew where the wall was. Like he just had a feel for where the wall was. It's like he would go like full speed and then pull up within 2 inches from the green monster and just be like, "Yep, caught it."
And he kind of like it was the equivalent of the basketball shooter holding the hand out there, like MJ with the shot. He caught it and like kept his glove up there to kind of rub it in. I'm like, this guy he was perfect. He had a perfect series.
Got to beat him with hammers too.
Yeah.
I will add, I got multiple tweets of people trying to say, "Oh, well, Marcelo Meyer was taken before him. He was a college vet. Can we like be grown-ups here and like acknowledge that a high school is going to take more time, please?"
Fucking get him, Tyler.
Yeah,
get him.
Thank you.
Tell them.
Use
Be
Jordan
some
Lawler if
grown-ups.
you want to clown him.
Tell them. Let them know.
Don't
We're
tell
all
him to
grown-ups here.
clown
Come on.
Marcelo
No,
Meyer.
I'm not saying to do it, but if you're looking for a good argument, at least you can have that one.
Nah. It's 1 a.m.
Mhm.
It's 1 a.m. and we're just talking about the fucking
Sox.
7-6 third place Boston Red Sox. after
Game
getting
out of a
swept by
playoff
the Orioles.
spot. Loving this team.
Yeah, we're still in it.
Yep.
I see too many people. Coley?
If we want to talk about the wins, the 7 wins, took 3 off the A's, who just went into Texas and pushed their shit in,
Mm-hmm.
defending World Series champs. So
Yeah.
I think by proxy, we are the 2023 World Series champs.
Think so. And they took 2 out of 3 against the Tigers, who,
A's
they
are
won
hot.
the 1984 World Series.
The A's are scorching hot.
The A's are playing ball right now.
Mm-hmm.
When do we play them again?
Hopefully it's not soon. These guys are hot.
Yeah, they're red hot. Yeah, I don't want any part of that.
Bad news.
Oh, is it breaking news?
No, we're not playing them again this year.
That was it?
What?
You said I can't wait to play the A's again. We're not playing them again this year.
Why
No,
not?
I'm saying that was it. Like, that was the only series. That was it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
that
crazy.
can't be true.
Wait, that's not true, Tyler.
That's not true. That's not true. That's
July
not
9th
true.
to the 11th at Fenway. Tyler.
That's not what.
Tyler.
Oh my God,
I didn't want him to get another one.
Yeah, me neither. I mean,
I think Tyler's had a good show. I don't think the suspensions are going to reflect how the show he's had.
He's had a
good show.
great show, but like, how do you think that we just go to Oakland, but the A's don't come here?
It's crazy.
For like an American League team, like I get it. Like last year, the Dodgers came here, but we didn't go there. But that's a National League team.
Right.
But for us to have to fly out to Oakland and play an American League team, of course they come back here.
100%.
And Dallas told me that he was coming here at some point too.
It's a huge series too. They have a Seinfeld bobblehead giveaway. There's
I've never
a
seen Seinfeld.
Hawaiian shirt giveaway and
Never been
and
to Hawaii.
Puerto Rican celebration. There's a
Never
lot
been
of
to
stuff
Puerto
going
Rico
on
either.
for that series.
Yeah.
I've done
I'll
all
own
3
that
of those
one.
things.
I deserve
what?
that one.
I'm 3 for 3 there.
You went to? Oh yeah. I remember when you went to Hawaii
Why?
after the Red Sox won the World Series. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm,
Yep,
mhm,
yep,
mhm.
yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I did after the Red Sox won the World Series?
Let's keep it moving.
Got
Sorry.
drunk right here. That's it. That's it.
What's next on the journal?
I closed the book. It's over.
All right.
Big
Red Sox
over.
got swept. Yep.
Swept.
Yep. Absolutely swept. Sliced and diced. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't win a game, but they should have taken 2 out of 3, which I think it was my series prediction.
Yes.
They were up 5-0 and I mean, you're tied 3-3 in the bottom of the ninth, and also going into extra innings. You should probably win that game too. So that's 2 out of 3 for the Sox. Steve?
I have a question for the group.
Yeah.
Did any of us think they were going to win when they tied it 3-3?
No.
No, didn't either.
It was over.
Go.
When it was 5-3, when I walked into Jerry World here and saw it was 5-3, I was like, all right,
Oh, right.
you can get it to 5-4, and then who knows what happens. And then it was promptly, 9-3?
9-3, and then it became 9-4, yeah.
Yeah. So once it was 9-3, I was like, I think Jake said, I think they're going to lose 9-8.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that's what happens. I
Mhm.
think that's exactly what I want now.
Yeah.
They couldn't even do that.
No.
That homer ruined it because Jaron immediately with the double, that would have been what? Like the tying run would have been coming to the plate. So
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people down on like the guys not worth being down on, like Casas, Devers. I have no time to be down on these players. Like, we have so many pieces of shit playing for this team right now. I don't have any time. Like, why is it let's give Jarren Duran a standing ovation, but not Devers if he's scuffling?
it'd be great if we could pick like one line from each show and Cora has to say it. That's the one I would pick. We have so many pieces of shit on this team. Like, what are you doing to
Like,
me?
we just have guys who straight up don't matter playing for this team. I don't have any time or energy to be mad at the guys who have signed like $300 million contracts, or the other guy we still want to sign to a $100 million contract. Like, that seems like a waste of time.
And that are playing well, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Even if they're not playing well, it's like, those aren't the guys I have a problem with. It's the rest of the roster, a largely neglected roster.
Are you guys looking at Raffy? Because I think people saw the lineup today, and the last 2 nights really, and they kind of freaked out and were like, how the fuck are we going to get through this season? I think it's pretty clear he needs to go on the IL. He's going to be sitting for a couple days, it seems, after the game. Do you think they can afford to put him on the IL at all? Because I really just don't think they can.
We suck with him. We suck without him.
But without him, you have, one middle of the order bat?
Casas?
That's it.
Tyler O'Neill.
And-
Tyler O'Neill is best player in
I
baseball.
know you've
right
already traded him, but Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
He's already licking his chops thinking of him in a fucking Toronto Blue Jays uniform.
You guys haven't had some trade deadline thoughts the last 3 days?
This is the kind of negativity we don't.
One game out of a playoff spot, you dickhead.
Above
I'm not saying I
500.
did. I was asking you.
Well,
the
no.
take hasn't aged terribly.
Well,
No, I know they're right in the
one
playoff
game
run.
out. One game
Yep.
out.
Yep.
One
But
game
to
out.
that point though, Tyler, like if he's, and Cora's alluded to this, like if he's playing poorly because of it, then do you gain much play in him?
That's the game you're going to have to play here. I will say the BABIP's like 160, so I don't think he's as bad as that 184 batting average that everyone's putting out there right now. But you take him out of this lineup, I think trying to piece this thing together and score any runs, they already are having trouble doing it. It's going to be nearly impossible.
It's got to get hot.
Like, I think that's the kind of thing if he misses 2 weeks, like,
We
all
just
right.
got to get David Hamilton going. And then,
Dude, he hit a home run this year.
Try
this
him
guy
at
is a
third.
home run hitter.
yeah.
Try him at
One.
third.
If we get David Hamilton and fucking Pablo Reyes going, then you don't really know what this team can, like, what, Coley?
I feel like once a year for probably the last decade, there's been a story about an athlete not realizing they couldn't see, and they got like LASIK eye surgery, and all of a sudden got much
Bob
better.
was one of them.
Yeah, Bob didn't get
I
better,
don't know
though.
that I don't know that he helps at the moment.
That's not true. He literally, no, him.
Okay.
Yeah, he said Bob didn't get better. He just hit a home run tonight. So that's just, I don't know what.
It's a big
I mean,
episode for people who took the over on Tyler's.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you again, you'll tweet the fucking highlight for the likes and the retweets, but then you'll trash on him on a night where he homered. Like, it just feels personal.
Feels personal.
Feels personal at this point. That's
Jake,
what.
you feel personal?
Yeah, super personal.
Yeah, yeah. You're making everyone uncomfortable. Tyler,
Have I ever said anything that wasn't true about Bobby Delbeck?
most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have an
Almost
example?
Exclusively.
Anytime that you say something bad about him, yeah, it's usually not true.
Enjoy
Maybe
listening.
like either shoot lasers into this guy's fucking eyeballs, or move him to the outfield so he has more time to react to the ball, because clearly he's too close.
If Laz Diaz had laser eye surgery, the Red Sox would have won the World Series in 2021.
That's a fact.
I have a quick request
Steve?
I don't know how many things are on your soundboard, Jerry, but
Uh-huh.
if we could have the Bobby one ready to go, or at least on
Oh,
the
yeah.
Bobby, like that would be cool to have.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bobby
Yeah.
Dahlbeck.
Yeah. Next episode, I will have Bobby Dahlbeck on the soundboard.
Should we have Bobby on to yell at Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh, this would
Yeah.
be like
be like,
when
yeah.
you
Say
almost
that
call-
shit to his face.
Remember when I was making fun of Brian Johnson and you almost called him during the podcast? That was
Yeah,
a
I'll
name
call
Why
him.
you make fun of Brian?
Making
Johnson?
fun of
Brian
BJ,
Johnson's
he's
the
the
nicest
best.
fucking guy.
Saying the
He's
former
the nicest
producer
guy.
of this program.
Yeah, he's
I-
produced the show.
I compared him to Josh Winkowski as someone who couldn't miss bats.
Yeah, I can
That's
see why
mean.
Jared didn't like that.
Yeah. That was a double whammy.
Sorry.
I actually don't have an issue with Josh Winkowski anymore. I've moved on and I don't give a fuck anymore.
It's big.
Was there a development or you're just maturing?
I just don't care. Yeah, father of two. I don't give a fuck.
Mm.
Mhm.
This guy's a homeowner.
I didn't know where that was going when you said this guy's lobster eating.
Yeah, I was gonna say this lobster roll slurping motherfucker
Yeah.
came in hard with the H.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah, I was caught off
Casually
guard.
dropping a hard ace. It would have
Yeah,
been wild.
Yeah, just a hard H.
Jerry, the Red Sox didn't win this weekend, but the McMahon did with the three-way TJ.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, shout out to the three-way TJ, the
But-
Trip Jack.
The Trip Jack is here to stay. Let
Yeah.
me tell you that much. Higher on Chirrillo, higher on Merrill, lower on Holiday.
Mhm.
We'll be playing that all year. Where are we going to play that, Jerry?
We're gonna play that on the Underdog Fantasy app. That's where we're gonna play it all year long. My Rookie of the Year pick, by the way, Jackson Churio.
Smart.
Yeah.
Pick a Jackson. Stick with it.
Yep.
I think that's probably our biggest problem as a franchise right now, our lack of Jacksons.
Yeah, that's a good call. We haven't had one since Damian Jackson, who almost killed Johnny Damon. Do you remember
And
that?
himself was like kamikaze.
Yeah, it
mission.
was like I only remember it in slow motion, but it was just like boom. It was like the Big Bang.
It was in Oakland, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that was absurd. And Johnny Damon's like, I have no recollection of that thumbs up.
You know what's crazy? Johnny Damon was probably the most concussed person in the world and didn't miss a game. Like they just put him back out there and were like, buddy, we got a World Series to win, brother. Like get back out there. And he was just like, I don't know. Like I think he said, do you even know what we're talking about, Tyler?
Yes, I've seen
Okay,
highlights.
there's a 2003 Division Series in Oakland, and
Yeah, he
Damian
got
Jackson
decapitated.
ran out to center field, and they fucking banged craniums,
Mm.
and they wheeled Johnny Damon off in a stretcher, and he gave the thumbs up. He later said, "I thought I was standing up when I was doing that."
Right there, like sprinting off the field,
He
like the
play-
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he thought he was standing in the outfield, being like, "I'm good, guys, all good." No, he was being wheeled off in a stretcher. Believe he was in the lineup the next day.
Big time.
Yeah.
For sure. They had a curse to break.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go over to Underdog Fantasy,
Please
enter the
do.
code Carabas.
CARRABIS.
$100 deposit match bonus. You can deposit $100. We'll give you $100 right back.
Boom.
Courtesy of the fine folks here at Underdog Fantasy Sports.
That's right.
Again, download that app. Tail me with the three-way TJ. I think that's got a lot of legs. I think it's going to play. 3 youngest players in the league, all named Jackson. Don't know how or why that happened, but I'm a big fan of the 3 of them.
The TJ three-way, the Trip Jack, as we call it,
Mm-hmm,
out here in Boston.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Brock Holt FaceTime me during the game tonight. It's pretty funny.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We were like, our new thing is he'll we FaceTime on Wednesdays. Today's Thursday, and he missed the call yesterday, so he FaceTime me tonight. We were just we were talking about
Socks.
talking a little Sox. He was watching the Sox. He did
They
have the
need
Sox on. Yep, he was watching the Sox. He was asking when we were gonna hit episode 500, and I said not for another 40 episodes, my guy. But
It's coming.
it'll be here before you know it.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's 20 weeks.
when would that be? 5 months
August.
from now? No, that can't be right.
No, I mean, I don't want to get into it, but there's not 4 weeks in a month.
There's not.
No, it's more than that.
So Call it 4 months ish.
Yeah, 4 and change. What, Tyler?
I said August.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, thank you.
This guy,
Yeah.
always on edge.
Yeah. Episode 500.
Mhm.
Every 100, we have Brock Holt on the podcast.
Mhm.
I would yell Stop and Shop, look ahead, but there's definitely people sleeping in this house right now, which Coley will be sleeping in this house as well tonight. You're not?
Going home.
Are you?
I mean, I just chugged a medium Dunkin'. No free ads.
Oh,
But
so
yeah.
you're not sleeping here.
No, that was the original plan, but I just want to get home.
All right.
It's
Oh,
only an hour. It's not that bad.
well, it's 1:16 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I already got a text. It's already 1. You need to stay at Jared.
She doesn't want you driving with that belly full of dunks. Steve?
Episode 500 is going to be around the end of August.
Perfect.
Shout out, Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler. Big brain. Big brain Tyler. End of August. End of August. By the way, did your wife watch the Roman Reigns documentary? No one else here is married, from my knowledge.
We don't know. No, she watches a lot of clips on the Talk and the Gram.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, I read this book. No, you didn't. She saw a clip on one of the social media platforms where she learned that about
Who Roman Reigns was, yeah.
I think she knew who he was, but she just learned the leukemia stuff and the brotherhood stuff.
The Stop and Shop look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. What did I get in trouble for? I got in trouble for something with Stop and Shop.
The Reens?
No, it's like it's how I word. It's how I word it. It's like up to, but it's at least. Someone said it was a very stern post on the Section 10 Reddit. It said that it was like that's strike 2 or something. I gotta find
You
it.
have forgotten the deal, but I mean,
Oh, here, yeah, strike 2. That's what it says. So the title. Someone has to say something. Look, I'm a huge fan of the show, but this has gone on long enough, and I feel like it needs to be addressed. The Stop and Shop deal is 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds. Jared keeps saying up to 5 pounds, and it's just flat out wrong in all caps. And he's costing people their hard-earned money. I really hope this will get cleared up soon. Coley?
this post was 11 months ago, by the way.
But
This has been reposted.
Well,
Listen.
11 months ago, I fucked it up, and then strike 2 was
Right.
2 days ago.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, that's
It's been
from.
almost a year since I posted this. The Rocket is back to his old ways. Once again, he's misleading the listeners to believe the sale is up to 5 pounds. I hope this is not intentional because this could lead to serious legal issues for the 10. And I agree.
I didn't do it yet today. I didn't do it. I was just about
All right.
to. I just want to make sure I get it right.
All right.
This is from Gator Trumpet.
Yeah, that's
Shout out to Gator Trumpet for keeping me honest here. I don't want to fuck up the read either.
can't do it.
Stop and Shop will come for our ass.
Gator Trumpet's high up at SMS.
Yeah. He works for Stop and Shop Corporate, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SNS HQ.
Yeah. Stop and Shop look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop. Use the promo code Section10 to get 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop using the promo code Section10 at the register. It is a verbal coupon. You can't use it online. I think I did that right.
Big
No,
time.
but do you have to announce like I'm about to say it? Like
Yeah,
do you say like coupon section 10?
coupon?
Yo, coupon.
Yeah, coupon section 10. Oh, you got reens? Yeah.
So you and the cashier sees the reens down the conveyor belt.
We're going to
Just-
confuse our listeners because when we talk reens, we're talking submarines. Now we're talking
Oh.
tangerines.
Damn it.
Like we've got reens that are going to be very closely tied to the show moving forward. So
Yeah, we do.
we're gonna have to be way more. We can't say reens anymore because people are gonna be like, "What? You get 10 cents off a submarine?
No,
Am
we're
I building them? Am I
Building a
buying them?
submarine, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What am I doing?
I think the only natural ending here is we build the submarine and then we see how many tangerines
We can fit inside.
the
Yeah.
submarine. That's
Okay.
obviously
Yeah,
how this ends.
yeah. That. It feels like a natural next step.
So this baseball podcast,
Right. Yeah. Red Sox got the Angels coming to town this weekend. I'll be there tomorrow. I applied for press passes for Steve, and he said, I'm not fucking going.
I didn't know you were applying for the passes, but
I mean, it's Friday.
no, that's a good point. Good point,
Yeah.
kid.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
Big date night.
I was gonna say we did it already for someone else.
You didn't tell me you were applying. You didn't tell me. I am
It's
watching
Friday,
the game first.
Steve.
I'm watching. Oh, I'm not missing the game.
I know, but like, we always go on Friday.
Go on Friday.
What do you mean? This is a big adjustment for us. Now we're back getting
What
denchies
do you-
together. Like we weren't doing that before.
What do you mean?
This is kind of a new era that we're getting
What do you
Section
mean?
10 credentials. We never had credentials that said Section 10 on them before.
Oh, yeah, this is the first time. So you're missing the first time we get Section 10 credentials?
Boy, that was
No,
tough.
it's mine. Still says baseball is dead. They got to switch
No.
it over.
No. Tomorrow they say Section 10.
Okay, I'll take this then.
Why don't you take the credential instead?
He's not gonna.
Why don't you take your girlfriend on a date to Fenway?
That's Monday. We're going Monday for another date.
Distracted at the game.
I'm so glad that we can get back to hating the marathon. I hate the marathon.
Wait, we? Who's we?
Yeah,
I'm out on the marathon as well.
Thank you, Tyler.
Whoa.
I told this story before.
Oh, I missed this.
I hate runners. So the morning of that marathon, I tweeted I fucking hate the Boston Marathon. Tough day to tweet that. And then an hour later is when the reports came and I was like, delete. I was like, not like that. I don't like the event. I hate
not that much.
Yeah, I hate the 11 a.m. start time. I know it's
Immediately a
tradition.
suspect.
They're like, we got him. I hate the 11 a.m. start time. It throws my whole day off because it's a Monday. I expect a 7 o'clock start. It's 11 a.m. and now I have nothing to look forward to that day. If you want to go to the game, you have to get up super early because the traffic is a motherfucker getting into the city. And then if you go to the game, the traffic from the marathon itself, you get stuck in the city. You're trapped. You can't get out. I never liked Marathon Monday. And then it became a celebration of the city day, which I'm like, all right, I can get behind that. But now I'm kind of just back to it's just runners and it's the city that you can't drive anywhere. And yeah, I'm not a big marathon guy.
It's okay.
Yeah, the rest of us still love the marathon.
Yeah.
All praises to the marathon.
I love the early game too. I love that.
I mean, if you're running the marathon for a great cause, like Brock and there's people that have run the marathon to raise money, that stuff is good.
90% of the field.
Yeah,
But there's also just the people who are I've been training night and day, running Breakheart Hill and fucking just making sure that I can get to 27 fucking miles. It's cool. You run. Tyler?
I also don't appreciate the people who just shit on people's lawns. You know what I mean? I hate those videos that come out every single year.
You guys seen these?
You guys have seen these, right?
Have you guys
Where they're
seen
just stopping running and then they just pull the side and they're shitting like crazy.
You've seen videos of this?
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them?
It's crazy how much
What
they shit.
website
Let me
is
tell you a
this
little
on?
something. Yeah, let me tell you a little something about the marathon. Yeah.
I've got 2 bookmarks on my computer.
Yeah.
Build submarines and shit on the lawn.
Shit on the lawn.com.
Yeah. We
Unbelievable.
gotta do something about the Boston Marathon. Too many lawns are getting shit all over because of this
Me
thing.
and Steve have exclusively worked in social media for the last decade. Never seen this.
Never seen a marathon
Not
lawn
once.
shit. No.
And there's not
was a
just one or
really
two,
big
there's
problem.
several of these videos.
Yeah.
Where are these videos?
Yeah.
Where are they
You
housed?
sure? Sounds like
just
sounds like
happens.
someone's trying to frame the Boston Marathon. Sounds just
That
like
is
ah.
not the case. If you look it up, marathon shitters, it's a very real. Hold on.
Where are
I'll
you
link
looking
you.
this up?
I don't
Well, it
disagree.
happens on Twitter. It happens on
Marathon
Twitter.
people definitely shit and keep running. That's definitely a thing.
Oh,
Brock
yeah,
Holt,
the poop
Brock
coming
Holt
out of the
almost
shorts,
pooped
yeah.
his pants.
I don't know that they're targeting lawns.
Yeah, where do the lawns come into play? And wouldn't
That's
you
just
rather
off to the spot.
wouldn't you rather it be in a lawn than
Much
like
rather.
on the finish line?
Oh, that'll be tough.
Yeah.
You're
Keep
about
it in
to
your
finish, and then
pants.
you just
Yeah.
poop. You got to poop so bad, you just drop down and you just poop.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
He would have won, but he had to shit.
He shit all over Boylston Street. Yeah.
I do hate when they lose the marathon game. Very annoying.
Why?
Like
We're
by
using
lo-
up all our marathon. This isn't even the marathon series preview. Like
yeah,
we're
that's
using
true.
it all up
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
Yeah, you gotta say
Well, I
it.
won't be on Sunday's show, so I
Yeah, he's gotta
can
get it
talk
out. Yeah.
Oh,
When-
He's
damn.
gotta get it out like a good marathon lawn shit right now.
Yeah.
When they lose, and it's the same thing with football when you lose like on Thursday. It's like, well, now Sunday sucks. Like the whole rest of the day, it's like you have to wait longer to get
Yeah,
to the next game
that's a
to
good
get
point.
that redemption.
Yeah, which is why I don't like the marathon. I don't like the 11 a.m. stats. It's like, oh, it's tradition. Why?
I don't hate the uniqueness of it, but
Yeah.
Although, well, are they wearing yellow on Monday? Did Fanatics get them their goddamn jerseys?
No, they wear the
Boston
the
ones,
white
right?
with the Boston.
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
do
Patriots
that.
Day.
Those are
ones.
cool.
They don't
like
wear
those
their
a lot.
marathon jerseys on Marathon Monday. Makes
Right.
sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
This jersey is say Boston. That's the one that they wear.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
It don't
Tanner
say
Houck.
Red Sox.
It's say Boston. That's a great.
We do need
commercial.
that drop.
Yeah, we do. All right, I'll get it.
Oh, the poppy laugh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tanner Houck versus Reed Detmers in the series opener. That's the game that Steve is skipping for a date.
Yeah, watching the game at home though.
Oh, you're going on a date at home?
No, we're going to the movies, having some dinner at home, and then going to the movies.
What movie?
Civil War.
That's a movie.
You're,
Yeah, A24.
You're a
Yeah, looks
Trumper.
Definitely not. Now we're gonna get all political at the end of the episode.
This guy's going on a Trump date.
Like they gave a
Call
good
them.
series recap and then just started talking about marathon shits and Trump.
Yeah.
Build the wall Peralta is what they call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, "You see this green monster?
Yeah.
All of Texas."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We just triple this thing in height.
Yeah.
There's no way they're getting over it.
Yeah. MAGA Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler, who the fuck's starting on Saturday?
I don't have it in front of me. Hold on.
Well, I don't
TBD.
either. Because, yeah,
oh,
exactly,
Cooper
it's a team.
Criswell or Chase Anderson's the conversation right
okay,
now.
I hope it's Cooper Criswell.
So Criswell is actually scheduled to pitch on that day on normal rest, so they have the possibility to go that route if they want
Alright.
to.
Okay.
Need to see CC.
Yeah. I need the Criz. Trying to get Crizzed up on
I will
Saturday.
also add Josh Winkowski doesn't seem out of the question. The fact that they left him out there to throw 65 pitches. Hey, I'm just offering. He threw 65 pitches.
I think they just
stretched
don't want
him
to
out.
burn their bullpen on a game that was already over.
Yeah, they weren't stretching him out. He just sucked.
I think if there's an option where they don't want to make a roster move, they may send him out and say, hey, go out there, give us a
I don't
couple innings, and
disagree.
we'll kind of go from there.
Whatever. He's going up against Griffin Canning
Mhm.
and then Brian Bayo versus Tyler Anderson. Doesn't he work at 98.5 The Sports Hub?
Mm.
Yes, Ty
Anderson,
Shout out
yeah.
my guy.
What's
I
he
don't think
doing?
Ty,
What's he doing pitching in this game?
very talented guy. I don't think he's given up a run this year.
We need him Saturday.
Ty
That's
Anderson
1:30.
definitely has not given up a run.
Not
No,
once.
Nah,
no
nah,
appearances, no runs. This
No.
guy's sick.
I'll be honest. I don't really care about the numbies.
Nope.
I just need the names. The fact that it took us what? This is the 5th series of the season. We're already doing TBD.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the over under would have been like on opening day, like the actual opening day, like March 28th. Like how many series do we go before we get a TBD? But 5 seems about right.
Once Giolito went down, it definitely sped up the process.
Yeah. Okay. Griffin Canning's good, yeah?
Yeah. No, excuse me. The other guy.
Oh, Griffin Canning sucks.
The other guy's good.
He's got an 8.38 ERA and a 1.66 WHIP. This guy stinks.
Detmers is the one I was thinking.
Everything that Detmers is, Canning is the opposite.
Yeah.
He goes out of his way to avoid striking out batters, and he loves giving up home runs. Season line so far: 9 2/3, 12 hits, 9 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, 4 bombs. Against the Red Sox in his last start: 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, gave up 3 bombs. Yeah, they own this dildo. Reed Detmers is definitely going to shove it up her ass. So the opener's a loss. The middle game's a W. Griffin Canning sucks. And then Brian Bayo in a day game, that's a loss. All right, we're losing 2 out of 3 in this one.
It is Haug versus Detmers.
Yeah, but Detmers is going to outlast them. He's going to, yeah.
This is kind of like a good test, though, for Haug. Let's see. All right, a lineup
He'll go
back
6.
to back.
Hauk will
Can
go
you do
6, 1 earned run with 8 strikeouts, and we'll lose.
Sick.
Definitely no Devers.
Yeah, we can't score runs. Yeah, and no Devers. Yeah, Red Sox losing 2 out of 3 in this series. Tyler?
I'm going to go 2 out of 3. You just got your dick kicked in. You need some positivity here.
Oh, win. Okay.
2
out of 3.
2 out of 3 to
okay.
win.
Okay.
I'll say they do drop the Tyler Anderson, Brian Bayo game. I don't think that goes well. I think Tanner Houck actually shows up and continues to show the progress he's been making. Griffin Canning, go fuck yourself.
Oh, well.
Steve?
Yeah, Sox winning 2 out of 3. I think one of these games they'll score like 13 runs. The Angels have the second worst team ERA in baseball.
That's the Griffin Canning game.
Yeah, there you go. 13 runs. And yeah, I think they kind of, I don't think they're going to, I'm going to regret saying this. I don't think they're going to look as bad defensively in this series. So let's get ready for some of the worst errors you've ever seen.
David Hamilton's so fucking excited right now.
Okay. I thought you were going to suspend me for that. I was like, I don't know if it's
No, there's too many
suspension,
buttons for a suspension, but
Okay.
that's also too many buttons for that sound. You could have just made that sound.
Yeah, true. But yeah, Sox 2 out of 3. Go.
Sweep.
For
Who?
the Angels?
No.
Sox?
No. If we get swept by the Angels, shut it down. No more games.
I got to add that to the board, too.
Shut it down.
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
Oh, Taffer?
Yeah,
John Taffer.
shut it the fuck
Shut
down.
it the fuck down. Yeah, that's a good one to have on the board.
Yeah.
If they get swept by the Angels, shut it down. Now, if they win 2 out of 3, no, I'm not going to be angry. If they win 1 out of 3, I'll be angry. If they get swept, shut it down. Season's over.
Okay. Jake?
It's the most obvious reverse sweep of all time. I don't know what else they want me to do.
Wow.
Got the Angels winning all 3 in a blowout.
Oh, wow. It took 5 series to get a TBD, and it took 5 series to get the reverse sweep from Jake. I mean, I like the move because some would call it a panic move. I say get the ship right before it starts taking on too much water.
I agree. I need Jake on my submarine building team.
Yep. You push. You use one of the Mario Kart mushrooms while you're in first place to stay in first place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that applies here entirely, but you can't be worse than this.
No.
So we use a Jake mushroom right there. All right, it's almost 2 a.m. Coley's got an hour drive back home. More. Hour and 20.
No, it's about an hour.
Steve?
We'll keep it fast. The weather look ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Please. You got to chew them. You chew them with your mouth.
Is it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Is it in or with?
Chew them in your mouth. Chew them with your mouth. Chew them in your mouth. Chew them with your mouth. Chew them
with
in
your mouth. Confirmed.
Chew 'em in
Game
your
one.
Mouth. Chew them with your mouth. Chew them
with
your
your
mouth.
with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Game 1, Friday, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brian Bayo's City Connect bobblehead giveaway at Fenway Park. It is going to be 45 degrees, 7% chance of rain.
Fuck.
Rain does not seem to be a problem in this series.
Tomorrow's game is going to be 45 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. I know. Going to be cold, Jerry.
I don't even want to go. My dad's cousin from California is a huge Angels fan, and she always comes to Boston when the Angels are here. And my parents were like, you got to get us in for that Friday game. She's got to see the Angels. And I'm like, yeah, I usually go on Fridays. No problem. Then I get to the Billy's Gummy Bear weather report, and I'm just
look
like,
ahead.
why, of all the teams, what is it?
The weather look ahead.
And
It's disheartening. It's very disheartening.
And then it's like, I wish I had the option to not go. I would probably still go, admittedly. I probably would still go, but I wish I had the option to not go because of the Billy's weather gummies.
Saturday, first pitch, 4:10 Eastern, 64 degrees, 7% chance of rain. That looks like a pretty nice one on Saturday. Mostly sunny. On
What did you say the temp was?
64.
Oh, that sounds good. Perfect when I'm not fucking there.
I know. It's even better on Sunday. 65 degrees for first pitch and also a 7% chance of rain. Outside of Friday, these games are looking good.
Hold on, Steve. What's your read on that? What's the deal with the 7% rain? What's the?
I don't think rain's happened in this series. I feel pretty confident in that.
Not even tomorrow, when everyone said that we may not play another game there again because of all the rain that's coming.
No, I think that's been spread out over these last couple of days, honestly.
Floods.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
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 I think
All
we're
right.
good.
So no, I don't bring I almost said a burqa. Don't bring a is it a parka? What poncho? Don't bring a poncho.
Leave your burkas at home.
Yeah.
Leave your burkas. Leave your burkas. Yeah,
Yeah.
not going to have any rain issues on Friday.
So if I get wet tomorrow, it's your ass. I'm wearing suede to the game. If that gets wet, it's ruined. Am I still not bringing a burqa?
Don't do it.
This is terrible.
What?
Oh. Hey, Steve,
What?
I believe in you.
No, this
What happened?
I did a bad thing.
What did you do, Steve? Did you?
Oh no!
Did you fuck up the weather? Did you fuck up the weather, Steve?
Hit the music.
How do you do this every time?
I don't know. It's not every time. It's been twice, but this is bad.
Steve, did you read us the weather for Anaheim? He can't say anything. I forgot. Yeah.
That's it. Then.
It doesn't rain in Anaheim, I've heard.
Yeah. And
Sounds like it's Burka Central tomorrow.
but also, it wouldn't be 45 degrees in Anaheim tomorrow, so I'm confused. I can't wait for this suspension to be over to figure out what happened there. Steve,
I don't
walk
know
me through
how.
what happened.
I genuinely have no excuses. I don't know how this happened. It was Seattle. I just read the Seattle weather to everybody. I don't know how that just
Not
happened.
even
I don't know how that.
close.
I'm dead serious. I don't know how that happened.
You read us the weather for Seattle?
Dude.
For
The site I
Reds-
use, I'm not using anymore because it somehow ends up on like the wrong location all the time. I don't know what's going on.
Can I ask
Does-
a question?
Yeah, what's up?
Is this the website that you've been using for years?
Yeah.
So then why is it doing this to you now?
I don't know, man, but it's a problem. Anyone that's gonna rip me on Twitter for this, you're right.
Well, you
I-
caught it in time. Like, at least we didn't put the episode out. But
No, I know. But I just didn't want to have this. I didn't want to do this again. I take this seriously. I care about the weather.
I know.
ahead.
I know you do. But you gotta be
Damn
better.
it, man. Damn it.
Gotta
man.
be
I
better.
gotta be a lot better than this. This is like David Hamilton level, Tyler.
Yeah.
Steve, would you like a motivational quote to help you feel better and maybe have the drive to figure
I'll take
things
one.
out?
No, can you not suspend? I'll take
All
it.
right. You take
All right,
the
I'll take
quote.
it.
Take the quote.
Success
need it.
is not...
Sorry.
Okay, don't interrupt the quote, please.
The quote is "Shut the fuck up."
Fuck off, little boy.
Don't interrupt the quote, please.
You shut your stupid mouth and listen to the fucking motivation.
Tyler.
God damn it.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill.
Wow.
Appreciate it, Tyler.
Steve has the courage to continue, and I know that. I know he has a desire to succeed, and we're about to find out right now. Does he have the courage to continue?
I'll give you the weather if you want it.
Weather.
All right. Friday, first pitch. The times were all right. First pitch, 7:10. I got those down. It's still the Brian Bayo City Connect bobblehead giveaway at Fenway Park.
Yeah.
So
Crazy
that
that
was
in Seattle too.
That was not
Yeah.
incorrect. They're definitely not doing that in Seattle. So don't fly out there for the Bayo giveaway.
No.
Friday night. And I'm gonna look at the hourly to give you the most accurate
yeah.
because
Here we go.
we're still within that range.
There it comes.
Friday night, first pitch is at 7:10 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be 55 degrees. There's a 13% chance of rain. It's gonna feel like 50. Of course, there's gonna be wind. There's gonna be windy. It's winds from the south to southwest at 19 miles an hour. So you might want to wear multiple layers, Jared, and anyone else listening.
I mean, 13% chance of rain. Now I feel like it might rain.
There's a
Definitely
chance. It's going to rain, I think, a decent amount in the day, early day. I think by the night you'll be okay. No rain out. Saturday, game 2, 4:10 p.m. first pitch. You're looking at 24% chance of rain. Still going to be pretty windy. It's going to be a pretty windy weekend in Boston. 54 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunday, series finale, 60 degrees, most chance of rain, 44%. Partly cloudy in the morning, increased clouds as we move along. Showers later in the day. Hopefully that doesn't impact the 1:35 first pitch Red Sox Anaheim Angels game in Boston, Massachusetts. That is your weather look ahead. And as always, it's brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth. Yep.
Yeah. That sounds like a miserable weekend of weather, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than Seattle. Let's go to Seattle.
May.
Yeah. Yeah,
No
Seattle
more
sounds
April,
nice on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, we should move. Are the Mariners home this weekend? Maybe we can play in Seattle.
Yeah, is their stadium open? Is T-Mobile Park available?
Yeah.
They will be there.
Damn it.
Just play at different times. It's a lot a day.
Yeah, it's a big field.
I'll send that first weather look ahead to the Mariners fans. You played both games there.
They're like, why don't we just play sooner? No, huge field, plenty of space.
huge fields.
You see how much space there is with 9 guys out there? Plenty of space.
Mhm. Yeah, you could just figure it out where it's like you have a righty and a lefty up at the same time.
Yeah. Mounds are big enough for 2 pitchers. Definitely.
Big
It's like J.P. Crawford's up there trying to hit while Tyler O'Neill's at the plate.
Yeah, the Mariners better have a lot of righties.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. It's 1:45. Tyler has to go to work in an hour. Coley's got to drive an hour and a half home. And...
I don't know that I'm going to anymore.
Oh, okay. Sleepover. Woo.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. I know. Hey, door's always open for Coley. You know what? Thank you. Thank you. Mi casa, su casa, as they say.
Yamo.
See. Okay. Steve, any final thoughts?
That's got to be better.
You got to be better. Tyler, any final thoughts?
That was terrible.
Sweet dreams.
Stay strong if you're struggling out there.
Okay.
Jesus.
I'm glad he said it. I'm struggling.
Yeah. That message is more for Steve. Coley, any final thoughts?
I just can't believe how big of an asshole David Hamilton looks.
Yeah.
Anytime baseball is hitting his just general direction,
Mm-hmm.
just not even a little close.
Mm-hmm. Jake's takes?
It's almost 2 a.m. I just gotta get home and start working on my submarine.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the time to build a submarine, is because everyone else is going to be sleeping. There's no one around to distract you. These are prime submarine hours.
They got to go down.
They teach you that on day one, buildsubmarines.com. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. submarine hours.
Oh,
Tyler?
what a shift.
Jake, did you shave?
I got a haircut like 3 days ago.
Looking sharp.
Thanks, T-Dog.
Anytime,
All right.
J-Dog.
2.0. We'll be back on Sunday night without Coley. He'll be at a wedding.
Damn.
Maybe we'll have him call in to, I don't know, just to have him, I guess. We'll be back on Sunday night, Monday morning for you. Enjoy your weekend of Red Sox baseball in Seattle against the Angels. See you then.
Buenas noches, amigos.